All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to start our action match. I'd like the room to give them some love real quick. Mr. Mike Minichello and Cleiton Rocha. Can we hear it for them, please? All right, players, begin the match, please.
All right, we are ready to begin. And it looks like Mike came up with the break there. Now, Tim, you watched the match between Mike and Joey. Did you watch that match?
I did watch the entire match. Seems like they both came out kind of slow, a little sluggish at the beginning, but I think they both caught stroke midway through and caught some gears. And then at the end, Joey had a chance to put a little deficit in between the two, and I think he missed a 9. But Mikey caught a couple of breaks and managed to get a little lead and took it down.
Yeah, he definitely came through at the end of the match for sure. I mean, they both played pretty steady. Like you were saying, though, a little rocky at the beginning.
Right. They're trying to feel each other out, kind of like a couple boxes in the ring, you know, and
yeah,
getting the wrists a little shaky and getting the emotions out of the realm there, and all of a sudden they started playing good. I mean, this table's not easy. It's not easy for any great player. I mean, once you get into a groove and you start playing well and things start going your way, you can kind of feel it. But if you're hesitant, you're downing yourself a little bit, and you're a little nervous, it can eat you up.
Table number 6, Jeannie Nicholson, Al McWayne. Jeannie Nicholson, Al McWayne. That's on 6.
Mikey's got a good start here. I mean, that 3 is right in front of the side. If he gets on the 4, I think he's pretty much got a routine out here as far as routine outs go. I'll look this with a stun draw and try to get fairly straight on the 4. He hit it a little light. That's what I mean about the beginning jitters. You know, you kind of just don't fully stroke that ball when you want to.
Yeah, there was.
But he's still okay.
Yeah, I mean, both of the players were in the room, and they were putting in some time on the table, so they got comfortable. They know what they're doing. But you know exactly how it goes. I mean, once the bell rings, it's like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
Now that shot, Mikey shot, wasn't terrible, but on this particular table, that will not accept that 4 ball. It's going to hang every time. Luckily, he's got a couple blockers there, so Clayton's going to have to kick or jump, but you know, Mikey probably won't miss that in a half an hour to an hour from now.
Yeah, right. He's going to relive it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they're going to approach it with more confidence and be like, all right, I know I cannot hit that rail first. They're going to have to make those balls right in the heart of the pocket.
So, real quick, I wanted to see what's going on as far as the chat is going on. I see that there's some people in there.
Nice shot, Clayton, with position.
Wow, very nice. Very nice shot.
Very nice. Great way to start out.
If you're in the chat, that's on the Ustream chat. Just say hi. Tell us where you're watching from and who you're rooting for. Definitely like to hear from you. We definitely like to know where we're being received. So, yeah, definitely let us know.
Participate. Enjoy it.
Exactly.
Good shot from Clayton. He let out his stroke there. He's perfect on the 8. He can draw it. He can follow it. He's probably going to follow it. 1 rail. He's cutting a little close there. He got fortunate, but
I think he's trying to come out and just, kind of steamroll and just be very comfortable out there.
Yep.
And I don't blame him for doing it that way.
Yep. He makes this 9. It'll be a great start. Nice. Very nice.
All right. Clayton taking down the first game there. I wanted to mention, Clayton wanted to say hello to his friends and family in Brazil. And he wanted me to say, Alô, Goiânia.
Alô, Goiânia.
So, Clayton is saying hello to all of his friends in Brazil. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. We are happy to hear that we're getting a reach out to the Brazilian community. But yeah, it looked like Clayton was very, rearing to go.
Yeah, he made a great kick shot there, and he hit the rail first. And if he didn't hit the rail first, it would have stuck right there. He would have had a tougher shot in the 6. Still would have had a good opportunity, but As it turned out, he came rail first, hit the 6, got perfect in the 7. In the 5. Got perfect in the 6 that way, and made a good shot in the 7, and he's up 1-0. Let's see how he breaks here. If he's going to go full out or cut. Well,
that's a dry break.
Came up dry, so he's going to have to tweak that a little bit. He doesn't want to keep doing that because Mikey will definitely take advantage.
Yeah, I see him burying him under this 2-ball here.
Yeah, I mean, he could go for it, trying to come into the 2-7 that way, but...
I mean, you never know what you're going to get with a lefty like Mike, I got to say. Mike is capable of doing some unbelievable things, as we've seen in the past. But
yeah, once he gets going, he's fast and loose, slippery stroke. And you're right. That's a good containing shot. He didn't hook him, but...
Well, let's see what we're looking at here. Because I know he didn't hook him, but it does look like he's got pretty much the whole thing there.
Thin it. He's going to thin it, probably maybe try to come 2 reels behind the 9, but all depends on how much you can see of it.
Cleiton's getting up. He's saying that he doesn't like it.
Yeah, he's trying to see where that one's going to go. Doesn't want to just get up there and shoot, not really knowing where the cue's going. It's always a good idea to walk around, get the nerves out. It's still early, obviously, one game into it. Let's see what he does here. Oh, I can see the left side of it. That's a great shot. He's gonna.
Very nice speed control there.
Yeah,
very nice speed control by Cleiton.
Yeah, Mikey's in trouble here. He can definitely hit it.
I think he's going to slow with left English, try to
he's going to come
bump
off
it to the rail there.
Yep, and the cue ball's going to go
it's
across.
very close to the nipple there, so.
It might run into the 2. It might leave Cleiton a shot.
So, Tim, we got a pretty full room here. I mean, we've got 40-plus players in the tournament, 41 to be exact. And on top of that, we've got, I want to say, another, 20, 30 people or so just checking out the game, just watching the match. Yeah,
it's a great turnout here. You got 3 rows deep at the rail. Look at this. Oh, great kick.
Fantastic hit, though.
Great choice, too. I like that.
Fantastic.
When you're an upper echelon player like Mikey is and Cleiton both, you get those 2 rail kicks down to a science, and you know pretty much where it's going within the diameter of a cue ball. He's going to try and save from right behind the 7. That's pretty routine right there. Good execution by Cleiton. And Mikey's in trouble here. Even if he makes contact with the 1 on either side, well, it all depends. If he goes the long way, he could definitely hit the 1 and snooker
number 10.
Cleiton, but that's a tough hit, and it's a tough
Lonnie Crocker, Shane O'Brien.
Task to ask for right there.
Shane O'Brien, that's on 10. And on table 2, Joe Miraboli, Brad Dano.
He's getting up.
Joe Miraboli, Brad Dano, that's on 2.
That was close.
I'm going to say that was a good hit.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, that was good all day.
That was a great shot. Like I said, he went the long way, and it was a good chance he could do that. He just had to execute it. And Cleiton, I think he can see a partial 1 ball here, and he's probably going to go 2 rails behind the 9-8. I'll just soft roll up. There you go. That's great. Good shot.
So Tim, what do you think about what's going on over here? I mean, what's been happening down at Snookers, the whole ship to catch thing? I mean, what are your feelings on it? I mean, you've definitely been a supporter, so I can't say you're unbiased, but I respect your opinion.
I've had great success so far this year, and great turnout. And got a lot of good players come in, a lot of great turnouts at every event, and now you even get the warm weather, and you're still getting a good amount of people here, which is awesome. And that's a good sign for pool, and trying to revitalize it and get people back into the swing of things, little action matches here and there, and some good tournaments, and changing things up. That's definitely a good idea, and I think a lot of people are on board with it, and a lot of people support it. That's good.
Yeah, I just, I say it a lot, but, I was playing, I was a player, and I couldn't kind of sit there and watch it happen the way it was, and I can't say I don't want to play.
Yeah, when we're taking a poll here at Snookers before the Wednesday night tournaments, I remember that a long time ago. What should we do? What do you guys want to do in terms of changing the format? Should we let everyone play and all this? And, we tweaked the rules a little bit, and I think people were on board, and then we tweaked them again, and now we're down to races to 3, alternate break, and that's working out really well because you have a winner every week.
I got to say this. It was a huge undertaking to get the room to just agree, hey, we're going to go even.
Yeah.
We're going to play even.
Yeah, I mean.
The whole room. And, we do have the staggered buy-in, just a $20 or $30 buy-in. And that's not too offensive if you ask me. But, just that was a huge thing. And that was just a monster thing because, anything that we're doing with the ship to cash stuff, we have to play even. We'll find a way to make it even, as far as the games go. We don't want to play gaff games.
No.
If, we have to stagger the entry fees or make it class specific or whatever it is, but we never want to see those handicap races. It's not that those are terrible, but it's not what we do.
Right.
That's not what we do.
For what the ship to cash is right now and the way that your tournaments have been running and getting a great turnout, I think it speaks for itself that, everyone's on board and you're getting a lot of people saying, yes, this is the tournament I want to play in. And, you're getting a lot of high caliber players playing too. So, and Snookers has been on board. That's great. It's a great room to play in. You got 2 big rooms here, and let's see if that trickles in. Great shot.
Wow, that was very
nice, Cleiton. He's all set here. He's just going to stop it, maybe draw it back an inch or 2, and he should be all set to go up 2-0. But yeah, I'm really happy with ship to cash, Mike. I came in second there in the No Excuses, and I won the King of the Table one at Bose.
The King of the Hill over at Bose. Yeah, that was pretty cool. We had the 3 players per table, which was pretty awesome.
Yep.
I haven't seen that. I'm sure it's been done, but I haven't seen that.
Yeah, that was cool. That was really it was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed that. Of course, I took it down, so I really enjoyed it. But
yeah,
I
bet you enjoyed it.
I loved the format. It was really cool, no matter what. I mean, I knew I was going to have fun. It was different. It was something unique, and you got a winner. Right before the place closed. It wasn't easy, but that's not easy to do sometimes when you're having big tournaments or even weekly tournaments. It's like, okay, it's usually going to end up in a split. No, we want a winner. We want someone to take it down. So
yeah, I am such a firm believer in I want to see the winner. It's like, well, what if you sat there and baked in the hot seat and the guy that came back from the loser's side is rearing to go, and you're like, we can just split it. It's like, well, you didn't beat him.
Right, exactly.
What is that? Let's see something.
Right.
Let's play a set. Whether it's one extended race or true double elimination, whatever it may be, I want to see a winner.
Right.
I want to see a winner.
If it's not forced, you got to play. And it's you should want to play. I mean, you worked hard all day, as we know, and some of those tournaments are excruciating in terms of the amount of time you have to play and wait and time it correctly with the food and everything else. So, it might sound easy to some, but stamina speaks for itself. You have to pace yourself and then keep with the momentum and shoot really well. You have one bad set, and it's going to be the difference. You get second instead of first. So
yeah, you're not kidding.
But this is nice.
Sometimes there's a real big difference there too.
Oh, huge.
Sometimes there's little, little special additions to the money. You get whether it's a prize package or just the notoriety of being the winner.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody remembers the winner.
Right, and even if they don't, guess what? Now we have social media to help you remember and to let everyone know, hey, by the way, this guy, he won. And that's fun, because you think of that sometimes while you're playing. That was a good kick right there by Mikey. He was in trouble there, but fortunately for Cleiton, he's got a great opportunity to make this one and get perfect on the 2. And if he gets on 3 properly, it's safe to say he's probably going to be out because he's already in a groove. He got a little short here on the 2. He would like to have the angle to go off the rail, so he's going to have to do something here. Draw it and accept a longer shot or scratch. Yeah, that's the problem. Sometimes you get up there and you get a little stubborn. You don't want to believe that angle is going to bring you right into the side, so you try to cheat the pocket. But on table 1, it's not as easy as perhaps the other tables. So
yeah,
You know, he could have went really up 3-0 there, and Mikey's got a chance now to get on the board.
Any idea the exact measurement on this table? I mean, I know it's, considered a tight pocket table. 4.5, 4.25.
I think it's 4 3/4, but I'm not 100% sure.
All right.
It might be 4.5 because I think the other pockets on all the other tables are 4 3/4.
Yeah, it's got to be at least 4.5.
Yeah, but the rails are the table is different. It's definitely not the same makeup of the other tables. So.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember, we had Shane Van Boning down here playing a challenge match, and he was a little bit taken back by certain shots he was shooting. He'd shoot it, and he kind of looked with that confused face like, wait a minute, that's not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
That's not what I was expecting.
He was scratching his temple a lot after several misses that were not Shane Van Boning-like at all.
No, not at all.
I watched that whole thing, and even Mikey wasn't playing great, to Shane, that is, but he was still playing awesome, but, compared to what he's used to been doing on table one, he was in a groove at that point, and here we go, 2 heavyweights playing on table one, and they were both missing a considerable amount, but they both came with some really good runouts too. So, but yeah, Shane, that was probably the first time he was on table one. I know he played here in the Seminole tournament.
Yeah, I got to say this. I'm realizing this as we're talking about it. This table right here has had an unbelievable amount of
huge talent.
top players throughout the years. It's amazing the players that have actually played right there on the table that Mike and Cleiton are playing on right now.
Yep, it's that Shane Van Boning, Earl, Jason Shaw,
Darren Appleton. Alex Pagulayan.
Yep.
All of these guys, even the local guys. With Tom DeAlfonso, Shorty, Nelson Oliveira, Joe Dupuis. All of these guys. They rock on this table, and it's just, it's pretty awesome to see, just to see that this table is getting that type of action.
Yep.
Now, real quick, I just wanted to go over the rules just for the viewers. They are playing Rack Your Own Winner Breaks. It's a race to 15. But it's Rack Your Own Winner Breaks, 9-ball. 9 does not count on the break anywhere. And no short cues allowed. So if they are going to jump, they're going to be using a full-length stick. They can switch to a break cue if they want. They can, use their shooting cue, whatever. But if they are going to jump a ball, we got to see a full-length cue. All ball foul in the act of a shot. So if they do shoot and nudge a ball, short foul, all that jazz, they're going to get a foul called there.
Yep.
But other than that, it's pretty cut and dry. Straight up 9-ball. There's no called 9. There's no funny business like that. But
you're not going to see that anyway with these two type of players. They're not going to be making the 9 in a different pocket that wasn't planned.
Yeah.
Occasionally you'll see it, but it's really not going to come into effect. So, but all in all, I love the rules.
If they're making the 9-ball move, they're trying to make it, or they're trying to move it where they want it. They're either going for it or they're not.
Yeah, those type of two-way shots and caroms and billiards, if they had to call them, they would, but since they don't have to, you're not going to see the motion. But they're going to, you might see a couple of those, but, that was a big game right there. Cleiton Boy went up 3-0. If you get up 3-0, 4-0, I know from experience, you get a big lead on someone, it only improves your confidence in your play. As soon as they crack you that one game, all right, you got to regroup mentally and refocus and readjust and all that. So, Mikey gets on the 3 here. I'm not sure if he can get by the 6 without nudging it. If he hits this 2 with follow.
Got Connecticut in the house over here.
Nice.
We just had Mr. Jeremy Perry and Mario Yambao walk in the door.
Nice, yeah, place is jammed.
They did contact us earlier, so they are in the tournament. Hoping they can do something here.
Great shot.
I feel really fortunate with the scene that we have, and just the amount of players in our direct area. It's something you should be really grateful for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is fun. You get a lot of true followers here that have been coming here for years, like me and you, Mike, and a lot of other players that are loyal and are on board with not only Ship the Cash, but Snookers and just playing 9-ball and want to make the game better. We play it because we love it. We have a passion for it. These two guys obviously are seasoned veterans, and he wanted to come short here. The 7 might come into play.
Yeah,
it's going to be close.
We're going to check out the overhead, see what we're looking at here. It looks like he's going to try to masse this. I see Mikey going at it.
Yeah,
I don't see Mikey trying to kick or
he doesn't
anything
seem
like that.
too worried about it, so he might just be able to just get by the 7. If not, he can masse a little bit.
Yeah, well, you know, Mike, it's like, hey, I'm at the table, I'm a favorite.
Yeah,
that's the way you got to think, too.
Right. Looks like he's perfect. He doesn't have to do that. And he got by the 9, which is great.
Fantastic shot,
Yep,
Mike.
he's got a good run out going here. And that's the key, is not take any shot for granted, especially in this table. Just keep walking around. You know, if you're nervous, just walk around, stare at the object point, the 7. Take an extra breath and make sure you make the right decision.
You know, I got to mention, just while we can see Mike's stance there, I mean, he's got such awesome table mannerism. Like, just the way he walks around the table, the way he looks at the shots, the way he gets down. He's just got unbelievable table swag, and I love it.
I like that.
He's
table
one
swag.
of my most favorite players to watch shoot.
Yeah.
It's entertaining for me.
I agree. There's a few players that you really enjoy watching, and for me, watching a lot of matches streamed or on YouTube, I try to watch certain players all the time because they have great table swag, like you mentioned, and their personality shows up in each stroke.
Yeah, and you know, not for nothing, I mean, that's kind of got to count for something. I mean, it doesn't count for absolutely nothing.
Right.
It counts for something.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know how much of the game it's going to count for, but it counts for something. Look at that. We got a 2-2. I like that.
Yeah.
I like
2-2
that.
match here. So far, so good. And Mikey's mechanics and fundamentals definitely are perfect. You know, he's got a great bridge, great stance. He's locked in. He doesn't really give up on too many shots mentally. He doesn't lose his focus. And neither does Cleiton, for that matter. But I like Mikey's approach at the table, and like you said, his table swag. I like that. That's 2-2. Race to 15. I wonder if,
by the way, we're going to be taking a break at the conclusion of rack number 12. So as soon as rack 12 is finished, doesn't matter if it's 12-0 or 6-6, whatever the case may be, at the conclusion of rack 12, we're going to be taking a short 5-10 minute break so you guys can go get your popcorn and do whatever else you got to do.
Right.
I think Mike just swagged the 4-ball into the corner.
Yeah,
that was a pretty good one.
He hip checked it in.
He said,
pull a hockey
get in
move.
there. Yeah.
He's going to have to look at the side here on the 2 or the corner to his right. He's going to have to hit the 1 pretty hard with a stun.
I mean, if you were going at this shot, Tim, I mean, where are you going to try to play the 2-ball? You're going to try to hug the rail there and come under and shoot the 2 on the left side there?
Yeah, definitely want to come under, because if you come short, you get the 2 in the corner. If you come too long, you get the 2 in the side. So you're kind of playing for 2 pockets, which he was going that way in areas. It just came along for the 2 in the corner. So he's all set.
So he's just going to bump it back to the side rail there, shoot the 3 in the same pocket, you think?
You know what? I think that's a good way to do it, because I don't know if he can get away with hitting the low right. He might try to come out in the center of the table, just because the speed is better. Stroke through it.
I mean, obviously, a lot of things are all preference with someone.
Yeah,
but
he left it a little long, so that's tough. See, that it was a delicate shot. I mean,
I just want to mention this real quick. We got Mike Mini and Cleiton playing right here, and then in the tournament, on the table directly behind them, we got Shorty and Joe Dupuis in the tournament.
Yep.
I mean, that's pretty awesome.
And Shorty just took down Joey.
Yep.
Battle of the heavyweights early on over there. But yeah, that wasn't an easy shot by Mikey there, and he left Cleiton a really good opportunity to get decent on the 5. The 6-7 is definitely going to be the key part of the track. Play the combination or play a safety. Or if you're really great, you can get in between the 6-7, which is a lot to ask for. I think he's trying to evaluate where he really wants to get in the 5 to get to the 6. So it's good. He's not rushing through it. He's gonna.
Yeah, I don't like anybody to have an uncomfortable look to their tables. Like when they're walking around. You want to see them stone face but comfortable.
Right. And
you never want to see them, kind of guessing or I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not really sure. You just want to see their best attempt at the match and at the game.
Absolutely.
I always want to see someone's top game.
Yeah,
and granted, that's difficult to see at all times, but we always look for that.
I mean, this is a great stage to do that. I mean, you got a ton of people watching, and the pressure's on, and let's face it, we're not pros here. We're amateurs, and we're trying to look like pros for the night. And it's not easy. You're going to miss some balls that you're not used to missing, and this table is not easy to play on. We can't stress that enough. For anybody who doesn't know and doesn't play here, but That speed right there that he got on the 5, probably has something to do with it. The rail's a little bouncier, and you can't cheat the 3 as much. So he's going for the all-out bank here.
He came out okay.
He came out okay. It could
Not
have
great,
been a
but
lot
he came out
worse.
okay.
Mikey might try and cross-side this, or he could just bounce it off the side to the end rail near the 8 for a containing safe. And he really could try and shoot it down the corner and see what kind of lead he gets in the 6 at that point, but that's what they call a sellout shot. If he misses, you're pretty much assuming your opponent's going to get back to the table with a decent look and make you pay for it.
12, Mario Yumbao, Eric Opitz. Mario Yumbao, Eric Opitz, that's on 12.
Let's see what he does here. Yeah, he went for option 3 there. He went for the ball. See where the cue's going and went near the side, but he left him real good. Got away with it. So Cleiton now has a couple of options. He could go for the cross corner, play it short, so that if he misses, he's not going to leave Mikey anything.
You win? You won.
And at the same time, you send the cue ball near the 9 ball, maybe even behind it. All right. The problem with that shot, it was too thin to get away with it. So he left Mikey a really good opportunity to get, not only make the 5, but come 2 rails and maybe even 3 rails into the 6-7. With the speed of this table, that shot is on. If it's the same layout at any other table here, that shot might not be on. Now he's going to stroke low right, pound it. He's a lot lighter than I thought. He was really trying to get. Well, that's thin. I don't think he's going to go for it, but I like the way he made sure he had plenty of room to make the 6er to shoot that shot if he wanted to. I like him sticking this cue ball pretty much right behind the 7. If the 7 was further off the rail, it'd be easier, but he's going to send the 6 up 2 rails. Yeah. There we go.
All right, he almost caught the nipple there, but he's okay.
Yep, that worked. That's a great shot. You want to make sure you get the 6 up table, so that's why the cue ball had to bounce into the 7 off the rail.
What do you like here? I mean, it's going to be tough either way, but what do you like here?
I
kind of like 2 rail in the 6 ball back to the center of the bottom rail there, the short rail down here, and leaving the cue ball on the 8 ball.
Yep. I think he was trying to thin it. I was going to say thinning the 6 into the 8. You had hit that so good.
Wow, Mike shot out of the chair like a cannon.
Oh, yeah.
He said, pow, give me a shot.
Yeah, I'm going to take the lead
Give me a shot, please.
Yes, and he's got a really good opportunity. He's going to come off the rail and near the back rail and go natural position to the 8. Or just float over. Same, that works too. That's the key angle though, right there. So you don't have to work as hard. That's the key in 9 ball. Take the natural angle. If you have to force something, then that's fine. But you might end up straight on this ball. You didn't want to, but you can still maneuver out of it. But yeah, obviously he's less than ideal. He might have.
Looks like he ended up a little straight there.
Yeah, he might have to stroke through it with low right. I don't think I don't know.
It really depends on what he's comfortable with, because if that ball glides just a little bit, he's going to just pull himself right into that corner. I've seen it 1,000 times and stretch,
Look at that.
Excellent execution.
All right.
Oh, I didn't have as much spin as I thought he'd have on it, but maybe he didn't want to get too fancy with it.
Exactly. He wanted to make sure he'd make the ball and not take a chance on missing it. So I feel he'll make this, no problem. Come 2 rails safely with the cue. There it is.
All right. Mike Mini coming up with rack number 5.
Nice.
We got a 3-2 game. I mean, this is great. I mean, Cleiton came out too strong. Mikey comes back, fires with 3. I mean, this is really what we want to see.
Yeah, after 5 games, we've got some good runouts here, some good safety play.
And I'd like to stay on this angle here and check out the angle that Mike's breaking from here.
Yeah.
I always like to, take a peek at what they're doing as far as the break, see if they're adjusting or if they just stay constant regardless of the outcome.
Yeah, last time Mike broke, he willed the ball in the corner with the hip check, so see if he doesn't have to work as hard after he broke here.
Wing ball goes in again.
Yep. 3 ball on the side. If that one stops.
Not for nothing, I'm pretty sure that he had a little bit better of a rack there.
Yeah. That's the key, too, is giving yourself a good rack. I mean, rack your own certainly has its advantages. You're in control of where you want to put the balls, pattern racking, and, give yourself a good opportunity to break and run. I'm not sure if you can actually see this one to make it. See the overhead view, I think.
Honestly, he's got the ball. The bottom line is that he's supposed to be banking this one ball, whether he's banking it to make it or play safe.
Yeah, I think he's banking it. He's hitting it low. It means he must be able to see it and make it.
Like I said, that's Mike Mini. I'm not sure what he's thinking right now, but whatever it is, it's probably pretty awesome.
He's playing the safe. I think he was trying to actually almost make the 9 too. When he hit it too hard, he's going to sell out the 1.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Just a little bit of an overhit there, but I think he was thinking that he was going to hit the 6 or the 9 there, or something like that.
I like the thought process. He's kind of trying to play safe and almost make the 9 at the same time.
A Nissan pickup, Rhode Island registration 73978.
Yeah, that's Cleiton. He gave it the old hope stroke. I'm not quite sure if I should really punch this or draw this. And with that, the cue ball stayed there, and the 1 came up perfect for Mike at the side. So Mikey, I expect, is going to either roll this or just jack up a little bit and stop it right there, because he's perfect for the 1-2-4. And then we're going to most likely see a 6-9 carom or billiard or combo.
So I'm really happy with how things are turning out tonight. We got a lot of talent in the room.
Yeah, it's more than usual, and we've actually been getting a lot of good people here on Wednesdays. But tonight, I think a lot of people just know that or expect other people to come. So
I want to say we got about a 60-mile radius of the pool scene right now, somewhere in that range.
If you know or expect a lot of people to play in a particular night, you're going to want to go there too and enjoy and partake in the action. So, especially with these 2 guys on table 1, these are seasoned veterans of the game.
Not for nothing. There's I'm going to count the guys that drove at least an hour and a half to 2 hours, and they didn't come to play; they came to watch. And I'm counting right now: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm counting 6 guys that drove just about 2 hours without the intention of playing, just to watch the action there. Great shot by Mike Minichello.
Very nice.
Real quick, for those of you rooting for Mike wanted to give a shout to his girlfriend Nicole and also his little ones Braden and Julian. He loves you guys. He's happy that you're at home rooting him on. And Rich and Rich Senior, Rich Junior,
Rich Squared.
The
big support group.
Yeah,
a lot of pool in that family.
Yeah, Mike's definitely got a big support group. But Dad and brother, Rich and Rich, he loves that you guys are supporting him. And also, if you viewers are not if you're not aware, Mike Minichello, Rich Minichello Senior and Junior are all members of the New England Pool and Billiards Hall of Fame.
And he had a phenomenal break just there. He got a little unlucky, the 2 6s tied up, and so is the 7-9. But he made that corner ball again, and he was able to make another ball. So he's very consistent thus far in the break. And whereas Cleiton really hasn't had a groove yet in his couple of breaks. So I give the edge to Mikey right now. He's certainly got the momentum. That was huge. Cleiton missed that ball to possibly go up 3-0, and here we are, 4-2. It speaks to momentum in pool. It's crucial.
It's fantastic, though. I'm loving the speed of this right now.
Yep.
I'm just loving the rate of play.
Right.
Like they're not messing around. They're like, this is what I'm doing. Here I go. Make it or miss. They're just going.
Right. And I like the attempt right there by Mikey.
You need a little bit softer of a shot so that English could take off that quick rail.
Exactly. But it's pretty much
I love the confidence, though.
You only have a couple of choices there. And, just settle for some sort of shot like that, or actually try to break it up and accept the lead. He almost got behind the 3, but on the same point of Mikey having the momentum right now, Cleiton, that doesn't mean Cleiton can't get it back right now. He could play a dynamite safety or come with a good bank or a really tough shot and run out the rack and then break and run out. So
I'm just loving the confidence of both of these guys. Like, neither one of them are like hesitant in the least. They're just like, I'm going. Watch me go.
Just like I said there,
Nice shot,
came with a great shot, and he's
Fantastic.
perfect on the 3.
Fantastic.
Now he still has obviously a lot of work to do. He's going to get proper in the 4 to the 6. You don't want to end up straight, and then make the decision what you want to do with the 7-9. Great approach right there. I like that. See the speed on that. You didn't have to hit it too hard. Actually, it turns out maybe you wanted to, because that would have nudged the 9 out, but he could have got hooked. So, but Cleiton's going to get more comfortable with the speed as the match progresses, and that's definitely going to help him, because this is definitely, again, I know I'm going to reiterate this point over and over, but this table is not easy, and speed can be a killer.
I mean, are you familiar with Cleiton's history? I mean, what do you know about Cleiton's past in the game and all?
Good battles with him when everybody used to go to Maine for TJ's Billiards. Always the first stop of the Joss event. Him and I we played numerous times for the cash line, it seemed, on Sundays, and he's got the edge on me. And then a couple of years ago we played here at Snookers in a Joss event, and we played Sunday. First match. Great shot by Cleiton there. Great shot.
Fantastic.
Makes the score 4-3 in favor of Mike Mini.
This is great.
But yeah, Cleiton's had the edge on me, and he's playing great. I don't know how long he's been playing for, but for as long as I've known him, he's always had a consistent A game to open speed, just like Mikey.
Yeah, I mean, I love good players that also act the right way.
Absolutely.
And that's really why I love these two guys.
Yep.
I don't think I would have ever seen either of them act the wrong way,
right,
say the wrong thing, do the wrong thing. I mean, that's in my experience. I mean, I've never seen either of these guys do the wrong thing, and that's really what I love to promote.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of good players that are talented, and I'm sorry to say they don't act the right way. They don't do the right things. I'm not putting them on anything that I have to do with anyway.
Absolutely.
I mean, they might be able to get into tournaments and this, that, and the other, and work their way to the streams, but if I have anything to do with it, I'm only promoting the pool in the right way.
Right.
I don't want to see that negativity. And,
right.
This guy doing this with the rack and this, that, and
right.
the other. And,
I think everyone listening right now pretty much understands and acknowledges and agrees with you. We don't have to go into specifics, but yeah, just your mannerisms around the table and in the room itself, and how you treat people.
Basic etiquette.
Yeah,
and,
basic etiquette.
Just knowing what the right thing is. And granted, some people, they got brought into the game a different way, and they might not know, hey, this is common knowledge in this area, and this is common knowledge in this area. But, I'm attacking that unknown.
Great shot by Cleiton there.
By making the rules dictate what is right and what is wrong.
Right.
And I got to say, it's my take on it, but I think that I've done a decent job on what we're trying to accomplish with it. While your opponent's shooting, you got to be in your chair,
mm-hmm.
and the etiquette of if you need to take a break. In this tournament, for example, it's races to 3. You got 3 minutes to take one break in your match, and you got to do it on your turn. I mean, these aren't like astronomical things to ask of players.
Right.
These are things that should be common knowledge, but some people don't understand it, and some people don't want to understand it.
Exactly.
And now we say, okay, well, guess what? If you don't abide by these rules, you either don't play or you're going to get a penalty.
Yep.
And we're kind of letting these guys understand this is how you play pool, and this is how we do our game, and if you don't like it, you don't have to play. It's fine.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more with what you just said there, Mike. 100% on every single point, especially what people should know, and then people don't want to, understand that that's the way things are done. And just by the way you treat your opponent, there's a big portion of luck in this game. That's the essence of 9-ball. We're not playing 10-ball, call shot, call safe. If we were, then okay, then you're really not gonna.
All right. I want to touch on that real quick. You said call shot, call safe 10 ball, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, in my
Oh,
opinion,
what a shot right there!
wow.
Speaking of calling a
Fire.
shot, I mean, we all
Fire.
knew he was going for that, but he still drained it like no one's business.
Fire.
In that side pocket.
So, I just
we
wanted
got a
to touch
tie
on that.
match.
Call shot, call safe 10 ball. So, there's a couple things I want to say. One, I hear a lot of folks talking about how, that's the real way to play 10 ball. Like, that's the way you're supposed to play it. Well, maybe it is, maybe it's not, but in my personal opinion, and, you combat it if you got an opposing point of view, but I think that it kind of takes away that zone of the game where you got to talk the whole time you're playing. Call safe, call shot, call safe, call shot. Like,
That's interesting.
I
didn't think of it that way.
it takes away, a certain element that I think is a necessity to be able to play that strong game where you don't want to pop out of your bubble every shot. You don't want to get out of that. You just want to zone out. I don't want to interact with my opponent in the least. I just want to focus on what my task is. All I know how to do when I'm playing is I make ball. I make ball. I make cue ball do this. I don't have any other thoughts in my head. I don't care. I'm not happy. I'm not sad. I'm not anything. This is my function. That's all I know how to do. If I got to stop every time I go to the table and say,
Right.
I'll call the 4. I'll call the 5. I'm calling safe. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. You're pulling yourself out of that mental bubble, and it's just, it's not going to...
That's an interesting point. I didn't think of it that way, but I acknowledge what you're saying. And you know what? I think it was created. I want to say if whoever created 10 ball call shot, call safe was created by a pro for when he plays an amateur.
Yeah, because the amateur got lucky, beat him one set
you know what? Let's
or
change
something.
things up.
And
Instead of playing 10 ball where you're...
hey, no more luck allowed.
You're
you
lucky
can't
to get
have
balls,
any luck.
quote
Well, guess
unquote.
what? In call shot, call safe,
Yeah.
you still have luck. It's still a factor.
It's not a huge factor. It's not a big part of the game when two pros play. But when a pro plays an amateur, or the amateur plays an amateur, and you don't want to see your opponent get lucky and make balls out of turn in different pockets. If they're that type of player, they have a propensity to do that more often than others, like certain players in this room. Then you make it call shot, call safe, and it certainly makes the game different. And in every single aspect, there's not much luck at all. And if you do get an aspect of luck, it's kind of interesting. You can give the shot back to your opponent, so it's almost like a little bit of chess game in every single pool. Not every single game, but it counters into a lot. Do I take it? Do I give it back? It's just like the push shot.
Yeah, I mean, check this out. All right, ready? The pool gods. Do you know what I mean when I say the pool gods? You know what I mean.
The pool gods.
Okay,
yeah.
if you play this game in any type of capacity, you know what the pool gods are and who they are and what they're capable of.
Right.
If you're playing call shot, call safe, it's kind of like, hey, pool gods, I don't really want you guys to be a part of this right now. We haven't gotten along in the past. You know what I mean? It's like I wanna dictate my own destiny here.
Right.
And
yeah, and it changes. And the pool gods will turn on you in an instant. That no excuses tournament, I got fortunate, numerous opportunities, but I was playing well. The pool gods knew that, and they continued to support me. But as soon as I caught, if I made a few mistakes that were unforced errors or mental errors, then the next time I had an opportunity to get lucky, the pool god's like, you've had enough luck for this match. You're not getting any more from me.
You don't get another one.
Yeah, exactly.
You actually have to do this one.
And you
here.
know that. You sit back in your chair, you're like, well, I've used up all my 4-leaf clovers. The pool gods, they're going to look at and watch another match now. They don't want to watch my match anymore. And I went to the overhead view there because I could see Mike.
Wow, did he get it?
I think he got it. He's going to get a good safety opportunity for Cleiton. Cleiton can see it.
He can see the whole ball there.
So he's definitely going to shoot this 3 to the left and have the cue ball go to the right, I would say. No, the opposite, but one ball on the way, and he got it. Great shot by Cleiton.
Definitely an easy kick at this level of play, but...
Yep, a routine kick, containment safe.
He's going to want to hit about a quarter of the ball, send it to the center of the top rail there. Right. Try to keep the cue ball, maybe send it towards the first diamond here, maybe split between the 8 and the 9 there.
Yep.
That would be the ideal line there.
Yep, and the problem with that is right there, he caught the 3 into the 5, and he barely caught the rail. If he hit the 3 into the 5 and the 5 kept trickling down the table, it might not hit a rail. So he could have got a worse off situation here. But just to put a closure on that topic, we were just talking about 10 ball, call safe, call shot. There's different types of events and tournaments, like you specified earlier, with other tours and stuff. Mm-hmm. This is Ship the Cash, and we're not playing 10 ball, call safe, call shot. It's 9 ball, and we don't count the 9 ball in the break in all pockets, but because we want to eliminate some luck, but you know what?
Yeah.
The essence of the game, there's a lot of luck. Just like in the song we're listening to right now, it's in the way that you use it. It's from the movie Color of Money.
There you go. Yeah.
When Tom Cruise is doing that monologue at the beginning, he's talking about it. You know, you can make the 1 through 8 and then miss the 9, and your opponent makes it, you lose. So, you know, that's the fascination of the game, you know, and it's changed from the mindset of the players from the 60s and 50s to the 80s and 90s, you know, and that was the big boom in pool in 1988, 88, 89, when Scorsese did The Color of Money, and then we thank him for that, because we probably wouldn't, maybe some of us wouldn't be here without that. But these two players right here, it's not going to come in. The luck card isn't really going to come into effect too often. A few games here and there, for sure, when they make a miss and leave your opponent hooked, and then they get a kick, and you get back to the table, and then you run out. Okay, that's part of the game. But if you still have a chance to kick, you got to do the right kick. You got to have the knowledge enough to know what you want to do with the cue ball once it makes contact with the ball, and how to get to that ball in the first place. So, you know, it's just like you got to treat it like a normal safety anyway. And once you get the mental variables out of your head, just play the game. The game becomes a lot easier. And in this match, we got a great looking match so far. 4-4. Both players, I think, are still getting a little, getting the nerves out of the system. They're starting to warm up. And that was not an easy shot right there for Cleiton, but he knew if he made it, he was going to bump into the 5 and have a good look. But Mikey here, he's got a good look at the 4, but he's going to run into the 8. So I'm not sure if he's going to be willing to do that. Just take his chance. He might run off the edge of the 8 and still come back for the 5, but he might just try to play safe and send the 4 off the rail back towards the 5 ball.
Yeah, I was just checking out the chat there, seeing what these guys are saying. I apologize for not seeing those a little bit earlier there. So 9-ball is a great short game of rotation. Absolutely, the Filipinos brought over the two-way shots. Yes, they did.
That's another thing, too. You take that away if you're calling the safe for the shot, because you really don't. You're going one way or the other, you know.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, it is what it is. That saying comes into effect in so many aspects of life, especially pool. It is what it is. I mean, especially you can relate it a lot to like poker. You know what I mean? You got the egos in poker, you got the egos in pool, and nobody wants to see your opponent get lucky on you. But you have to accept it. You have to overcome it. Because if you don't, the game's going to overcome you. That was a great looking shot right there from Cleiton. I think he just got it past the 5 so Mikey could see it. So here we go. This is a good safety battle here. Let's go to the overhead view and see if. Yeah, he's got plenty of room. Good. It's just a matter of what you want to do now.
Players taking number 3, Kevin Goulet, Suad. Kevin Goulet, Suad, table 3.
That's a great shot right there. We wanted it to come back to the end rail, so Cleiton would have to bridge off the rail. But I think the 5's going to hamper his bridging, which is going to make the shot incredibly difficult, even if Cleiton has 12 fingers.
Sorry, Tim, I had to attend to the bracket there real quick. What did I miss over here?
Well, they're having a safety battle right now, and Mikey just made a really good shot given where he was. And I was pointing out that Cleiton has the advantage here with the extra fingers, but even with this that advantage, it's still going to make this shot tough. Look at that, though. Look at that shot.
Execution, bro.
Perfect.
Execution.
Great shot. Maybe that is a huge advantage right there. The fingers helped him out.
Absolutely.
You know, his bridge is a little taller. So he's
Show me that one in the rule book, Tim. Show me that one.
There's nothing on that. I mean, that's Cleiton being blessed right there. All right, so he's got a little bit more angle than I think he would like because he wants to draw it all the way back. Given the rails here in table 1, if you draw this back, you got to put a really good stroke on it. Otherwise, it's going to come off the rail and it's going to come towards like the direction of the 9-ball.
Now, this is a perfect shot for me to ask this question here. So I was having a conversation with Ray about this, Ray McNamara the other day. Ray Mac, another great guy and legend in the scene here. Now, see, he had to shoot that, and he had to get some draw there, right? Okay. Yep. Now, here's what I want to say. Now, acceleration through the shot, and also follow through the shot will both give you some juice coming back. I wanted to know what's the handoff. You know, like what's the exchange? You know, if I say, hey, I'm going to accelerate more and keep the same follow through, or I'm going to follow through a little more, keep the same acceleration. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what's the handoff
I would
there?
say
You know, that's like a question
want-
that baffles me about the game. Like,
Yeah.
you know, when you're down on the shot, you shoot it, you feel it the way you feel it, and it happens. But you know,
I think
what's the
I think a little
handoff?
bit of both. You want the acceleration and you want to follow through, because if you punch it and you're trying to draw the ball, it's going to stay right there. You got to put the stroke on it, and you have to hit it with some speed, but you don't want to clobber it. So it's a fine difference.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm just saying, like, you know, say you got that perfect stroke down. You know, you're very comfortable on the stroke, and you know everything's going in with that speed of stroke. You know, that acceleration or whatever, and you need a little bit more juice to move the ball around. If you follow through that X amount more, you know, do you just say, all right, I'm going to limit myself with this much follow through, and once I hit this threshold, I'm going to move to getting into, you know, now I'm adding acceleration. I mean, is there like a handoff there? I mean,
It's hard to say, put it into words. If you definitely,
I mean, you think it's more of just like a feel type of thing?
I in my opinion, that's one thing when I've tried to help people or tutor people, give some lessons here and there, which not that many, but you know, in my career, whatever you want to call it, I've definitely tried to help a good amount of people. And when it gets to that point where it's the stroke time and how to follow through, and that's very hard to articulate. You know, it's a lot of feel. This game is a lot of feel. And there's Cleiton again with the break that's not helping him out. And I think that's going to be his ultimate downfall if he doesn't start picking it up, because Mikey's been breaking and dictating play, and Cleiton is breaking and leaving Mikey good opportunities. So if Mikey can get into a groove, he's going to eventually put a few games in between them and eventually take it down. But again, just to finish that point, it's very difficult to articulate how to come up with a stroke. And
yeah, I mean, a lot of it, obviously, you're going to have to just go by, you know, what
Trial
you
and
feel.
error.
But, you know, I like having pool conversations and, you know, all the little intricate pieces of it and which way does this work and what's your mental approach to this type of thing and this type of thing. And, you know, I love getting into those
Absolutely.
those
Weighing your
conversations.
options. I mean, there's so many variables to take into consideration, physical and mental, and that's what makes a great player, is to take all your variables in the equation and just make the best decision appropriate. And sometimes that's not even good enough. You know, luck comes in and takes away your good shot, and you can just do what you can do. And when you're in control, you know what you need to do. Taking the amount of distance in between the object ball and the cue ball and where you want to hit it, the speed. It's just a matter of executing it. You're right there, Mikey. I think that's the right approach.
Yeah, that was
two rails, but
that was a little bit of drag. It dragged a little bit on.
I mean, if you came into it a little thicker, you might have knocked it up more and had shot the side or the corner, but it's all right. Now you have to overcome it and play a good safety, and that's perfect right there.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yep. Cleiton, what was I just saying a few games ago, Mike, about momentum? Mikey went up 4-2 off of miss from Cleiton. You know, they exchanged some shots, but
now we're at 5-4.
Now we're 5-4 Cleiton.
I mean, this is exactly what I wanted to see. Yep. I was expecting something similar, but this is what I want to see. When you talk to people about 8-ball, you always have to ask what rules. Okay, I'm reading in the chat here. When you talk to people about 8-ball, you always have to ask what rules. But if you say 9-ball Texas Express, we all know what is going on. You're absolutely right there.
Right. Yeah, I mean, as long as you're at the lowest on the ball on a rail, if you're not pocketing the ball, then anything else goes. And that's the way it's always been since I've been playing as a kid. So, you know, granted, every tour has different rules now. And oh, good hit. That's the right way you wanted to hit it. The 6 might be in the way. I think it is. If anything, he can maybe hit the 3 to the right. Cue ball goes to the left. He can come back up table 2 or 3 rails. Or a kick that way. You can see it. That's a great kick. Perfect speed. So they're both dialing in on all cylinders here on the safeties. It's just a matter of executing those semi-tough shots that, you know, don't have to go. Get back to the normal camera here. This is a big game. This is critical. I mean, you know, you either got go up 2 games for Cleiton. Oh, what a shot.
Wow, that was very nice.
Yeah, and the 3-9 might be on. Probably not, considering where the balls lie, but if Mikey doesn't hit it. I expect him to, but this is not the easiest hit.
Now, you know, I wanted to mention something, okay? So here's what I just noticed, okay? So they both played a safe just now. It looks like it's going in there.
It's going to go in.
And it's in.
Wow. And
Pow.
what we were just talking about.
Hey, listen,
what
this
are we
is what I
talking
want to say
about?
there. Ready?
The luck aspect.
Pow, right in the kisser.
Pow, right in the kisser.
That's what I say there.
That's
you say
right.
pow, right in the kisser.
That's right. Honeymooners.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know, the level of safe, you know, like you block a ball or you freeze a ball or, you know, you completely hook the guy. He's got no shot at all of even contacting the ball. And, you know, I talk about this a lot with the players, you know, explaining to them. They're like, oh, yeah, I play safe, but it doesn't do me any good. I'm like, well, you might be giving them a tough shot, but you're not actually playing the level of safe you need to depending on your opponent's level.
Mm-hmm,
you know,
absolutely.
So, you know, you might be able to play a mediocre safety and get ball in hand out of a C player, but you play that same safe against even a halfway decent B player, you're not getting ball in hand. You play that against an A player, you're definitely not getting ball in hand. You play that against the pro, you're probably not even going to get a shot.
Right.
Never mind, never mind getting ball in hand. You're not even going to get a shot again. So
yeah, their definition of a safety is probably a little different from ours and pros. You know, they're giving your opponent a long shot or a difficult shot in their mind. And there we go.
There it is, 55. I can't drive 55.
55.
And you see a little camaraderie there.
Speed limit here.
Cleiton smiled a little bit. He's like, hey, buddy, nice out there.
know,
nice shot on the three, probably. I think that's what he might have mentioned to him.
Just that game. I mean, Mikey made a great hit. And because he got, made a good hit, he got rewarded with the ball going in. And that was the first time we've seen a fluke. You know, which is to say, I don't see we'll see more than three. But, you know, you have to overcome that now mentally as Cleiton, gets another opportunity at the table. If Mikey breaks dry or the next time he gets to the table, just put that out of your mind and just get back to business.
5K is on 9.
But yeah, I mean, one thing too, you forget to have fun while you're playing the game. I mean, it's stressful, it's mentally taxing, it's physically tiresome at times, but you got to enjoy it. Don't forget the reason why we all started playing this game whenever you started playing it, because you enjoy it. And
if you don't enjoy this game, I mean, just stop playing.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
If you're a gambler that has, a little bit of skill with the game, just stop playing.
Right.
That's not the kind of player that we want around us. That's really not what it is.
Yeah.
People might say, oh, it's good action, this, that, the other, but you know what? It kind of ruins the integrity of everything.
Right.
We want to play even action with whoever wants to play, that plays the right way, and we want to see, wow, man, you shot way better than me, or, guy and girl alike. I mean, you just want to say, hey, wow, that chick just blew the doors off that guy. Wow, she's incredible.
Yep.
You don't want to say, oh, this guy's there, this guy's that. You don't want to see that stuff.
No. And that gets back to what we were talking about earlier about etiquette, the way you treat people and what you're saying, what you don't say, and your mannerisms. I mean, it's just, especially with everything on social media today, and word travels fast, just basically comes down to the golden rule. Treat someone the way you want to be treated. You don't want people talking about you in a negative fashion and saying you're a lucky player and you stink and you don't deserve credit. You want to get the credit.
100%. I'm looking in the chat there. It says, I could care less about the rules as long as I know well before the day of the tourney. Agree 100%. That's shoot the ball. I couldn't agree more with you there. But I will say that at the Ship to Cash tournaments, we advertise the rules printed in detail prior to the event, and then during the event, they are posted in the room, so there is no question. And, I mean, when we do our special events, Tim, I don't know if you remember, when we had, like say, for example, the No Excuses, I sent everyone copies of the rules, had them read them. Hey, guys, study the rules. You have no questions when you get here. There was a couple of little funny things, and we wanted to make sure that everybody understood exactly what was going on.
Right. You definitely did that. That was the right way to do it as a tournament director, promoter, and you had zero problems, zero possible issues all day and all night, if I remember correctly. Everything went well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always biased saying these things, but, I got to give myself a little pat there. I don't think I have
nothing wrong with that.
Even close to the amount of issues as I'm used to doing, to seeing as a player in other events, and I'm not trying to say there's, negative things with other events, but, as a player, I definitely attacked those particulars that I didn't like and that I was part of. Like, hey, me as a player complaining about particular things, and I just attacked those things head on. And I got to say, I mean, it's just a
Wow, what a
wow.
shot. 2-9 right there.
He's like, Mike, stop talking. Watch this. Pow.
I knew he was lining it up. That was a great shot by Mikey right there.
Right.
Well deserving of a game.
But, just attacking those issues and making it so that there's, there is no question. We know exactly what's going on, and we put the music on to that level that we want. We turn the lights down low, the way that it's supposed to be, in my opinion.
Yep.
I mean, most of the tournaments that we're at today, I mean, you go there, it looks like a high school gymnasium. The lights are as bright as anything, and if someone coughs, they look at you like you got 12 heads. It's like, I'm sorry, I coughed. It's a human body function. Like, I apologize. You lost in the tournament because a piece of dust got caught in my throat. My fault.
Yeah.
I apologize. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Get over
We're
it.
better than that.
Exactly.
We're all mature adults, at least most of us here, and we understand that that's the wrong way to approach it. That's why we don't.
There's just no point to it, having the room in that way. It's like, I want to be quiet and focused. Well, guess what? If you want to do that, go play golf.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go play golf.
You get plenty of room.
Yeah, that's my opinion. Hold up the sign that says quiet.
Yeah.
Quiet, I'm shooting the 6 ball.
Much bigger margin.
Quiet, I'm shooting the 7 ball. Come on.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourself. This is supposed to be a fun game.
Yeah.
You want to hear your tunes. You want to dictate the emotion to the room. I mean, you know what we're doing, Tim.
Yeah.
I want to stress that to the people listening.
Yep.
I mean, you got to try it out. Come on.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun here, and there's hardly ever any issues, and everybody understands what we're all trying to have a good time and have fun, and at the same time be competitive and play a good 9-ball, and 99% of the time it works out. But that was just a great combination by Mikey right there to go up 6-5. Cleiton trying to play a good safety there, getting the cue ball behind the 6 and the 3, but the 2 came too far up. Problem is not making the 2 here. It's can he roll it and have a good shot in the 3, and then bounce off that rail to the other rail for the 4. So let's see if he might go back and forth here. Maybe that's what he's thinking about right now. It's just a matter of making the decision and executing it. Yeah, he's rolling it. And he hit it perfectly.
Very nice, Mike.
Yep.
Very nice.
Another rotation, and he probably would have been hooked. But
all right, players, table number 4.
now it's just a key. Don't hit it with too much right in English because you're going to scratch. Just a little bit of low.
Table number 12, Rob Deal, Mario Gumbo. Rob Deal.
There you go. He didn't even have to come off the top rail. So he's looking good here. Every ball's out in the open. No ball on the rail. No clusters. He's looking good to go up by 2 games here again. We've had a little seesaw match. This is what we wanted to see, and this is what we expected.
Oh, and I did want to mention, at the conclusion of this rack here, that will be the break start. So after this rack here, that is going to be the break point, and we're going to take about a 5 or 10 minute break. Let the players catch their breath, do what they got to do, whatever it is. Go
powder your nose.
Go Minnesota Fat yourself.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, have some bourbon.
Yeah.
And
or JTS Brown.
JTS Brown, exactly.
I got to say, I have never seen that in a pool hall.
I've never seen anybody drinking it in the pool hall these days.
I'm just saying. I mean, come on. You got Fast Eddie's drink. You don't carry it.
Right.
And if you didn't know that, get up on your
absolutely
your pool stuff.
Yeah.
Get up on your pool knowledge. You got to know these things.
That was a great 5-ball. That might have looked easy, but that was not easy. He hit it with a stop stroke so that he could have the right angle to the 6, the 7.
He's firing on all cylinders.
Now he's probably going to be a little careful here because he could easily bump this and not have a good shot. But he hit it good. He hit it real
nice,
good.
and it's still off the rail.
And he probably doesn't want to take a break here because he's feeling it. He just broke and ran.
Okay, and he sees it. He checks it out.
Break and ran. Off the 2-ball.
All right, so we got a 7-5 match, and we are going to come back in just a few minutes, so stay tuned. We'll be back.
Table 8, please. Willie the Kid, table 8. Lonnie Crocker, Mike Utley. Lonnie Crocker, Mike Utley, that's on table 10. On table number 5, we're going to have Mark Liberty and Roy Dixon. Mark Liberty, Roy Dixon, that's on table 5. On table number 2, we have Frank Costantino and Bill Roberge. Frank Costantino, Bill Roberge, that's on 2.
All right, folks, we are back. I am anxiously awaiting Mr. Tim Perry to return here. But we have a 7-5 match. Very close, like we were looking for. Very excited about that. We have a 40-plus player tournament going on. I think the number is 41. So we're very happy about the turnout here. Very, very happy. And I think that was Mr. Perry coming back just now. Tim, welcome back.
All right.
Did you enjoy your break, sir?
I certainly did. It was
I
nice
enjoyed
to
mine
get out
too.
and socialize.
Went out and talk to some pool.
Yeah.
You
Hang
went?
out. See what's going on outside this match. Talk about the match. Everything. All right. Here we go. Shout out to PP tonight. Hopefully he gets what he's looking for. He's a cornhole player. You know, sandbags. And we got Mikey here going to go for this 9-ball, I bet you. Oh, hit it too thick. He's not happy with himself. There was a golden opportunity. You never know what's going to happen now. Cleiton could make this one, some sort of carom on the 2-9, or choose to play safe. But Cleiton's going to do a little tip maintenance here and regroup and compose himself. And
yeah, he's going to be impeded a little bit shooting over the 9-ball like that, but
definitely. This is no easy shot. I mean, in fact, I'd say that Mikey has a really good chance to come back to the table with a good opportunity. I don't see this going Cleiton's way. Not because I don't have faith in Cleiton, but that's just asking a lot. I mean, you're going to pocket this ball, not scratch. It's very difficult. But he drains it like nothing. Proving it on. That's awesome. But he went a little
bit of
too
an
far.
overroll.
Yeah.
Not sure what he's looking at exactly, but
that's too bad. See, I mean, that's the thing with pool. You make a great shot. You do everything you can to make it.
that looks like a full ball eclipse to me.
Yeah,
What do you think, Tim?
And then you get hooked. Yeah, he's not happy. He's hooked. And I think the distance is too long between the Q and the 3 for a jump.
I mean, he looks like he wants to like spin it into it, but in my opinion, I mean, you kind of got to go 2 rails here.
Yeah,
I mean, just to really favor the hit.
Right. You got to.
I mean, a lot better things could happen
Absolutely.
going at it the 1 railer,
You have
but
to do it this way. If you
the 2
try
railer,
to
that's
masse, you're going to hit the left side of it and scratch most likely.
yeah. I mean, a lot of bad things can happen that way.
Even
It's
if
a
you
low
don't.
percentage hit as it is,
Right.
but
Even if you don't, you're not going to get that much separation between the Q and the 2 once you make contact, so that you can't have your opponent make the 9.
he is going. No,
He's just looking at his options here. He's going with the 1 railer. He wants to hit
he
the 2
wants to
into the 9.
smash it, and he wants to just go at it.
He knows if he doesn't hit it, though, game over.
Yeah.
Bill Paxton style. Game over, man. Game over.
Absolutely. We got a little Pantera rocking in the background.
Good music so far here tonight. All the regular mixes I can hear, and now a couple of good heavy metal jams.
Yeah, for those of you that aren't familiar with how we do this,
Oh, he drains it.
Wow.
Woo!
It's okay to clap.
Yeah.
It's okay to clap.
Yeah,
That was a great shot.
Great
Fantastic.
Shot. 7-6.
Fantastic. Wow.
We'll see the break here
Wow.
from Cleiton. Let's see if he can actually gain some momentum here and break and make a ball and dictate the play. That was a hell of a great shot right there.
Incredible shot.
Cleiton showed off his
Cleiton
kicking
Rocha.
ability tonight with the first shot, kicking in the 5-ball. And now the 2-9 combo, knowing that if he missed it, he was in deep trouble. That's a lot of pressure, and he came through.
Wow.
Great shot right there. Great match so far.
Now, that type of shot right there, I mean, that is something that can win sets, tournaments.
Yep.
I mean,
Turn the momentum
you name
around.
it. That's just it.
I mean, he just came off the break being down 2. You know, in his mindset, he's like, well, I probably shouldn't be down 2. Maybe I should be up 2 or at least have it even. And to have the mental strength there to keep it, you know, in his capacity to know he can make that shot, to believe in yourself. And that's the name of the game in pool is realizing that you can do a particular shot at the table and to believe that you can do it and then execute it. So that was perfect.
Fantastic.
Eric Lim, your YouTube coverage this time. I think it's going to get uploaded to Ship to Cash once it's complete, and Mike has due time to take care of that.
What's that? This match here?
Yeah, eventually get
This
uploaded.
match is actually going to be on the Ship to Cash YouTube page.
Yeah.
We will eventually put it on the website, but this will be available sometime soon. We are recording, so
Yep.
we will have this available for the replay. And make sure that after the match, you guys stick around. We're definitely going to get a player interview after this. Hopefully, we can talk to both of the guys.
Right.
But we're definitely going to at least get a word from the winner for sure.
So Mikey's looking to just make this and go right into the 7 and keep the cue ball there, and he did that very well.
Nice.
So the problems kind of continue though, because he's going to have to make a really good shot in the 2. The tangent line's heading right to that corner pocket for a scratch, so he's going to have to change that, or go for the 2-9 combo, or play safe. Those are the 3 options in my opinion. So I think he's weighing those right now. He knows this is a critical game. He wants to keep the lead and keep the pressure on Cleiton, 12 fingers.
Yeah, I'm not sure what. I mean, if he's got this combination that he's looking at there, I mean, what's the benefit of missing? I mean, is he able to come out okay?
Yeah, he's going for it. He's
just going all in.
He wants to show everybody he can make a great combination too. Ooh, he missed that kind of bad, and let's see where the 9 goes. It's not going to hamper the 3. So Cleiton, it makes this 2.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity for him to make a little thing.
For tie up the match.
Eric Lim, no YouTube coverage this time.
That's what
I meant YouTube Live. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention to the chat there. My fault, guys. No YouTube Live. Depending on which venue we're doing the stream at, the equipment kind of dictates which route we're going to go with. And when we're at Snookers, Ustream is the way to go for us anyway. That's just the way we like to do it. We get to record the match, straight onto the disc and, right onto the hard drive. And we have that to edit if we need to as far as, cuts and breaks and things like that. But
yeah, Cleiton missed that 2 ball. He knows that was big right there.
Yeah, that was a big miss.
Now
you see Mikey going with the cross side here?
Honestly, I don't think he's going to go for it. I think he's going to lay up behind the 7.
Did I mention he's a lefty?
Yeah, he's the lefty. He's a righty lefty, and he can definitely cross side this, but I think the path of the cue is just not 100% determined. He can run into problems, so he goes for the routine save the other way, which is really good, but he still managed to come out. But still, Cleiton's in trouble here. He's going to have to come with it. And you could, either way he hits the 2 ball, it's not going to be easy to hide it. But he did it very well. Perfect speed. I like to see Cleiton getting the speed down. One rail here. He's going to kick it right back out. Mike is going to get behind the 3. Yep. I meant to call that before he hit it, so perfect.
That was
definitely well executed by Mikey. These guys are clicking.
You know, I gotta say, this is a very nice match to watch. I mean, they got a nice flow
Nice
to the
rhythm
game.
here. Yep.
Everything's just really nice.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this.
They're-
I hope everybody watching is enjoying this as I am.
This is definitely Tyson Holyfield without any ear biting right here. Maybe we'll see that later, but for now they're keeping it civil in that sense. But no, these are two guys going at it. They know they're both capable of running out from anywhere. Look at this kick, unbelievable.
Cosmo,
And you can see the two, which is, and I make that emotion because that's such a great shot. He should have hooked him, but it came out a little bit. So Mikey has a offensive opportunity here. He could
Tim,
slow roll it.
I gotta correct you just because it's one of my little nitty things with pool.
Yeah.
I never like to say it should have. It could have.
It could have.
Always could have. But if it should have, it would have.
You're right. I like
You understand
that.
what I'm saying?
That's a good way to put it. It could have.
The guy comes to
hooked
me
him.
after a match. Oh, I should have beat him. I'm like, well, if you should have beat him, you would have beat him.
Right.
So
Shoulda, woulda,
you
coulda.
could have beat him. Is what you wanted to say there. So,
exactly. I agree with that.
so sorry about that. That's my
Hey.
OCD kicking in there.
No, that's nothing wrong with that. Now, Mike just made a fantastic shot in the two. That was not easy. He could have easily let the cue ball go, got behind the 5, or hung it, but he made the 3, and he's still got work to do. He gets on the 4. Good, though. He'll be all set. A little bit inside English, and that's the thing. Look at the table. They wouldn't accept it. But Clayton's got a really good chance here. Get back to the table. So you got a game like this, the players both missed a couple times and executed a couple.
I don't know if you guys can hear the
safeties.
music there. Can you hear that?
Yeah,
We got the Karate Kid in the background.
It's perfect.
This is great.
I know I have some goosebumps if I'm not even playing.
This is great.
Yeah, I love to play during these certain songs. But Clayton's going to tie up this match right here. I'll go out on a limb. I know that's not usually what we're supposed to do here, but
Yeah.
I'm going to do it.
I'll tell you like this. It's the same thing like I was saying about the coulda, woulda, and shoulda thing.
Right.
If the guy misses because you said something over here,
Then
he was going to miss anyway.
exactly.
Sorry, bro.
There's no
There's
hex or
there's no hex or a jinx or whatever
did
you
you
want
see
to
the
call
shot Clayton just made in the 7? I mean, a lot of lesser amateurs would hit that with left-hand English by accident, and what does it do? It comes near the side pocket. You see them half the time scratch.
Yeah.
And then they're looking like, what happened? What did I do wrong? You have to make sure you hit that 7 with just center ball, and you're all set. A lot of players don't realize that. You still have to, don't take it for granted, but understand what the cue ball is doing, where it's tracking near. But with that said, 7-7, race to 15.
Yeah, I mean, what else do you want?
It's great. It's a great match. Both players are playing really well in all facets of the game, and we've got great viewers here watching, and the chat's going well. And
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that I'm paying attention over here.
let's see the angle from the break here, and see if Clayton can break and run. Hopefully.
Now, did you notice what he was doing in the past? Was he making that wing ball or?
No, I think he made a ball his last break, but it wasn't the wing. Yeah, see, he's really cut breaking. That time he made a wing. That was good. There's a really good
So
opportunity
he's got
here.
2 balls down, and he's looking like he's got the table there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see too
Follow
much.
up here. You get straight on the 3, so you can draw out from the angle on the 4. So you can draw left, low left for the 6. So as long as he gets straight on the 3.
Yeah, this is all about execution. There's no funny business. There's not really anything crazy to think about, but Clayton's got the knowledge to be able to execute everything and do what he needs to do.
Yep.
He just
he's
needs to
perfect.
focus and take care of business.
Yep.
He's got the nice line on the 3 to
Yep.
get above the 4. He's looking
Yeah.
like he's off to the races.
The beauty
He's
of
good.
this is you can draw it back a foot or even more. That's not enough.
You know, he might enjoy playing that, but with the fast rails, I don't know about resting easy above the 6.
Yeah, look at this. He is, oh no.
Oh,
It's
don't
going
do
right
it.
in the side.
He knows it too.
Oh,
Wow.
it didn't. Oh my
Wow.
God. He knew it was going in.
He
though.
thought it was going in.
Now, I'm not sure. Let's go to the overhead. He might be able to make this.
I don't know. I mean, if anything, he's going to be drilling it into the rail behind the 8 ball. I mean, if there's enough to cushion it, to compress the rail and get around the 8 ball, he might be able to do that. But
the fact that he
even at that, I mean.
Yeah, the fact that he hasn't shot it yet tells me he can't just shoot right at it. He's going to have to do something magical or crazy. Yeah, there you go. He's going to have to do something for, I don't know what he's going to do. And he's in a really tough position here. He's in trouble. But props to Cleiton for seeing that shot and not getting stubborn enough to try and, well, that's what I was talking about, doing something magical. And Mikey, credit to him, he can laugh it off.
Yeah, we were joking about that as a name for him. Not everybody has, nicknames and whatever else you want to call it, but if anything, it would be like Magic Mike or something like that, because he definitely has some magic.
Yeah. I mean,
he comes with some shots. You're just like, are you kidding me?
Right. He might get asked a lot of questions what the Magic Mike refers to, but once he reassures them it's just pertaining to the pool table, then I think he'll be comfortable again. But yeah, I mean, that was a great safety by Cleiton. Well deserving of getting back to the table with a good opportunity here. And there you go. At the rail, at the table. I guarantee you Cleiton would have made that with his eyes closed if there was any other table besides table one. It's just for some reason you have to approach it differently. You cannot miss by an inch. So you can see a couple of those type of rail shots where the players are missing the ball and they normally would never miss. So, but here we go. Mikey's at the table and a chance to go take the lead away from Cleiton. Great shot by Mikey there. That was phenomenal.
Very, very nice.
Exactly what he intended to happen. Exactly what happened. So he's going to probably hit this with low left. Stun it right there. Shoot the 9-8, drops the corner. This stun stroke right here. There you go. And Mikey's going to really feel it. That was a great 6-ball he hit. He's in no danger of scratching here. Just hit it with a top. 2 rails. All right, just soft roll it. There you go.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Mike goes up 8-7.
Nice out, Mike Minichello.
We go
8-7.
And he's feeling it. He's flipping the balls up.
Got a little M&M in the background here. I think that's gonna. Whoever gets to shoot first here, I'm gonna say they're out. Whoever gets a clear shot first, I'm betting they're out here.
That's definitely gonna increase table swag.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, we're gonna be utilizing camera number 1 for some of these shots. We want to see how they're feeling this.
Well, let's see how the break goes, and then we'll switch over to. Yep, there we go.
Yeah, let's leave them right there. That looks good.
Yep, let's see
how they look.
That body English transfers into the cue ball. Now Mikey's got the same routines every time. He rolls the cue ball off the left rail to the right. A couple practice strokes right here. That wing ball, look for that ball to go right in. All right, missed it.
8-ball.
8-ball's going to run into the 9 and tie up that 4. All right, so here we go. Tightly contested match.
I'm curious if the 1 ball goes by the 4 and the 8 over there.
That's a good. You know what? That's a good opportunity right here to hit the 1 into the 8-4.
Yeah, I mean, if you could, I would just say you just 1 rail it or 2 rail it behind the 9 and stick the cue ball behind the 3 ball there. Yeah. Just leave it on the rail behind it.
That's a more safe. And
you just throw it that way and just let the cue ball come to a rest right over there. I think that's a very containing shot.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. Yeah, he wants to break it up. Okay. I like that. I like that choice.
That fast speed there, though. That speed there. That got him there.
If he had some running English, would obviously gone into the 4-8 or at least near it, not come out so that Mikey could see the 1. I mean, Mikey is probably just going to go all out here considering where the 4 is. Hit the 1 in or going to the bank. He's going to leave Cleiton a very good opportunity to make the 1. He's going to have to do some work to get on the 2. And with the cue ball being on the rail, it's only going to make it more difficult. You get some M&M here in the background. Always good.
Absolutely. Like I said, the first guy to get a clear shot, he's going to do the best he can with whatever's on the table. I'll tell you that.
Absolutely. Let's see what happens here. The 2 to the 3. All right, he's going the other way. Considering where the 2 was, that makes sense. It's hard to contain it for the other corner.
Table 7. Ryan Stevens, table 7, please.
Well, he's going to try and make this 3, I think, and draw back a little bit so that he can probably hit the 4, stick it with the cue right there, and send the 4 like 3 rails up. And the way Cleiton's been nailing the safeties, I have no doubt that he could execute this to the fullest. Oh, he might be playing safe. Trying to get the cue ball behind the 6-5. Or
That's looking pretty good.
Look at this.
Wow.
Boy, that
Nicely
is creative
executed.
right
I like
there.
that.
That's you love it when they do something that you totally had no vision on.
It's just like, oh, so that's what you're supposed to do. But, you know, I'm looking at it now. Look at this, man. He's got, like, the whole ball.
He broke it out.
He's got the whole ball,
He
though.
left a shot for Mikey, did he?
Yeah, absolutely.
And if he makes it, yeah, he could have a really good opportunity on the 4.
Not sure what he's going to do. I mean, you could always play a slow throw shot on the 3 ball, try to 2-rail yourself behind the 5-6, leave the 3 somewhere over near the side pocket. But, you know.
Yeah. This isn't easy.
Not really sure. I'm not really sure what the options are. He's jacking up like he's got a masse this, but let's see what he does.
Oof. He's gonna came close to scratching, but he left Cleiton. Looks like a straight-in shot in the 3. So Clayton's gonna decide if he's gonna keep it right there for the 4, or maybe play it safe, or take a chance and hit it really hard with a draw stroke. You know, come 1 rail or something. It all depends on how straight he is. He's looking at, should I take it down here, accept the shot, play it safe? It's too tough a shot to try and make that 4 in the corner, given where the cue ball might end up. Let's look at it from this vantage point. Hip hop hooray. Yeah, just like I thought. He stopped it right there, and he's going to play it top with a little bit of right, so it straightens it out. Cue ball right behind the 8-9. There you go. Oh, perfectly. When you get it frozen up on that ball, you take away the options. I mean, he can't shoot it to the right bypass the 9 ball. He's got to go 1 rail. May be able to go 2 rails, but the 6 might be in the way. Either way, Mikey's in trouble here.
He's signing it up. He's
going 1 rail. He's just going to try and hit it as hard as possible. Hopefully something good happens.
Oh, look at this.
You know what?
Stick to the 5 ball?
Right
No?
behind the 5. Nope.
It's all right. That's all right.
I mean, he's Cleiton with his ability with the combo there. And I wouldn't be surprised if he just goes all out with the 4-9.
I see him cutting this in the side pocket there.
That's really thin, and then you don't know where the cue ball's going. It's possible. Let's look at it from the overhead.
Yeah, I mean, it's real tough to gauge lines. I mean, when you look at it on the overhead, it looks a little bit more doable.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're not really sure what he's going to be comfortable with. What do you think of this, Tim? You cut it towards the side pocket, but not at the pocket itself, and you try to 2-rail the cue behind the 6.
I think I like that if the cue is closer to the 4.
Maybe like closer to the rail,
because the tangent line looks like it's heading towards the corner.
Yeah, so he looks like he's going all out here.
Yeah.
You think he's going with that?
Yeah, I would do the same. I mean, it's given your options, sometimes it's all you can do, and then you try to draw it back like you did on the cue ball, and not have hopefully not have your opponent have that kind of shot after. That's just unfortunate. What can you do? But you can only do what you're given. So, I don't blame Cleiton for going for that combo, and as difficult as it was, sometimes you just got to go for it. Like in Rocky 5, go for it.
Yeah, right. Go for it. That's it.
Hopefully it doesn't count to Rocky 4 where I must break you. But he's going to go 2 rails here for the 6. Hopefully he gets past the 9. He got it. Very nice. Very nice, Mikey. So it doesn't appear that the 7 goes by the 8, so he's going to have to decide where to put that 7. Probably in the side. See how he hits this. Low, a little bit of left. Yep. Now he can hit with a stop shot.
And check out that chat. Make sure I'm not missing anything in here. See what we got over here. All right, we're not missing too much. Nothing pisses me off more than the director getting involved in the Calcutta and so on. Yeah, I got to agree with you there, about the guys getting involved with the Calcuttas. But, in my case, I don't like Calcuttas unless they're done properly, which is, in my opinion, the day before the tournament begins. And you get time to relax. You maybe do like a small single elimination tournament or maybe like a couple minis or something like that. But I don't think anybody likes the idea of showing up to a tournament and standing there for 2 hours and they say, hey, stop playing pool. Even though you paid to come here and play pool and you want to get hot for the tournament, stop playing pool right now.
Right.
Stop. Listen to me talk for 2 hours so that all the bettors can bet. And then we're going to throw you into a match and hope that you can bring what you didn't get to practice.
Yeah, I mean, if it's handled the right way, and it's not going to take players out of the momentum. By the way, this is, Mikey ran up a little too long here for the 9. This is definitely a tester. I'd be curious to see if he's going to pound it or draw or follow and stroke.
Just smooth stroke right through.
Stroke, yeah, roll it a little bit. I expect him to make it. Nice shot.
That's Mike Minichello, ladies and gentlemen.
There we go. Mikey with that goes up 2 games again.
Fantastic.
Yep. Very nice, Mike. We'll see this in here, so you can see his table swag.
Yep, absolutely.
But yeah, Mike.
I mean,
Calcutta's, you're going to hear mixed reviews for players, and obviously.
It's just like, think about it. Like, we already put the money in to buy into the tournament, and we're there to play the game. We're not there to bet. I mean, and if you're there to bet, go play poker or something.
Right, exactly.
Do something else.
Yeah, I mean, if it's done the right way, and if it's like not interrupting the players in the tournament, it's smoothly run and et cetera, then that's fine. But 7 times out of 10, it's not usually done that way. So Mikey just made a really good 9-ball. He could have let that get to him mentally. The cue ball trickled down to the rail. Anybody, wouldn't be blamed so much if that did happen, but he didn't let it get to him, and he capitalized. And now he's up 2 games, and he's, like I said earlier in the match, having a great break shot, making the corner ball, and usually having a good look. And at this point, he's got a tough decision to go for the 2 or safety. But I feel that whoever gets to 12 first is going to win. That's my instinct.
You got that feeling, huh?
Yeah, I don't see it. Mikey goes up 12 to 9. 12-10. I don't see Cleiton coming back, and not because I don't think he can. It's just the way Mikey's breaking, and the way Cleiton is not getting the balls to drop on his break.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to say, if the momentum swings the way it has been, then it's always, a few games.
Right. What a shot. Not only did he make that ball,
he ran
into the 8
position.
ball,
yeah, wow.
got perfect position in the 3.
Now, let me say, he's running out or he's playing the 3-9 carom here?
He's definitely running out.
He's running out.
Definitely running out.
I mean, from my angle, it looks like a cut and dry type of carom shot. But
but if you miss it, you're going to leave it hanging, and your opponent's going to have a pretty good look to either run out or play the carom again and possibly beat you.
If he's been practicing scratch pool like I have, this is a hanger.
It is. You're right. I mean, it looks easier.
A little low on the cue ball, a little low outside.
Yeah.
Ping.
And I think he's going for the run out. Yeah. Oh, geez. He ran into the 8. And not only did he do that, he snookered himself. Now he's wishing he went for the carom. He knows that's a big mistake.
It's okay. He's going to recover.
He gives control
back. That's
what
these guys do.
Yeah, he'll regroup. You got to give yourself a few seconds to realize, all right, you know what? I screwed up. Let me get my head screwed on back tight again, and I'll recuperate. You got to recover. Just like in tennis, you make that recovery shot when you hit a couple of bad ones, and then you make the good one on the line and make your opponent go back deep. And it's just like in pool, you got to make that recovery shot. So he's going to make a good decision.
He's looking at this for a 2-rail kick, I believe, right?
Yeah, I think he's trying to.
I mean, that's a real iffy shot.
I think
as far as the long way though. No, he's spinning in.
Kick off the rail, nick the 5 into the 7, and the cue ball comes past it. You don't want to do that.
On the side there.
I don't know really what his thought process was there, but.
Little frustration showing there, but
which happens. All right, Cleiton's going to run take a little mini break.
Yep, and that's another thing that we did talk about. Take your break on your turn. It's the right thing to do.
Yep, absolutely. So, and that's kind of strategic on Cleiton's part. Whether he's doing it on purpose or not, when you take your break and your opponent just made a bad mistake, you want to let them stew over it. So, really,
it goes back to what we were saying before. It's just, there's right things to do and wrong things to do, and ways to go about it and ways that you shouldn't go about it. Some people understand that and some don't.
Right, exactly. Strategically speaking, it's a really good opportunity for Cleiton to go to the bathroom here if he has to go to the bathroom, because, he's going to make Mikey really think about what happened just there and be like, I'm going to make him think about this while I wash my hands and regroup on my own.
Just to remind you guys, we are at Snookers in Providence, Rhode Island. If you haven't been down here, get down here, check it out. Every Wednesday night, we got the Wednesday night action tournament. It's a race to 3, rack your own, alternate break. The whole room is even. If you're not cool playing even, you can just watch. That's fine.
Right.
But that's what we do here, and I like to explain this, the Wednesday night action tournament. It comes off to me, and correct me if it's different for you, but to me it comes off more of like a training camp versus a tournament. Like, you got from, low C and D players up to pros consistently coming every week and playing even. I mean,
I definitely
it just, it comes off more of like that, the gym feeling, like everybody's in there matching up and this, that, and the other, it's not a tournament. You're like, I'm going to come and win the tournament. Maybe that's a good, a good way to walk into any room. But at the same time, people aren't here to say, hey, I'm going to win the tournament. They're here to say, hey, I'm here to get better and show what I've done since last time.
Right.
And that's exactly what they do.
Yep, absolutely. A lot of players over the past year or two have gotten incredibly better.
Oh, yeah. I mean, one example is Francisco Cabral.
Oh, huge example.
I got to mention Fran. These days we call him 5K, and reason being he is last year's Bud Classic winner.
Yep.
He's definitely made some good strides. He's in this room, and he's playing against the players that you need to be playing against, and playing the different formats of pool. He's playing his one pocket. He's shooting banks and doing all these different things, and he's doing he's going around the room and doing what he needs to do, and it's showing.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's not afraid to jump in the box and see what he's got against anybody, really. But
absolutely,
he's definitely making some good strides, and I mean, just all the players that are here often, those are the players that get better.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's definitely like a training camp atmosphere in here, kind of like what the Patriots are doing right now, except it's for real every week. You got guys willing to improve and do what they need to do and pay their dues, and other guys that are expecting to do well every week, but if they don't, it's okay. And then
think of this, ready?
That do really well.
What even race tournament could you have a pro win it one week? Like let's just say this, ready? The hot seat winner one week was, say, Nelson Oliveira. All right, that's not weird. The very next week, with almost an identical field, with multiple pros in the field, we got a C-plus player that wins the hot seat.
Yep.
Now, you tell me what that says. You know what that says? That says that C-plus player has a shot in the tournament, for one, and for two, he's doing all the right things and he's got no fear.
Right.
It doesn't mean he's underranked or whatever you want to call it. It means that the guy played good during the tournament. That's what he did.
Right. Now look at that. Cleiton just switched up his break. So, like I was saying at the beginning of the match, he tweaked around with it. He got very unlucky that the 5 rolled in front of the 2.
You know what I want to say? I want to say he needs to take a little bit off there.
Yeah, I mean,
he's got a little bit too much speed there, and they're kind of like opening and then clustering.
It seemed like that break actually went really well for him, though, in terms of making the one ball on the side, and what he had there looking like he was going to have on the 2, and then the 5 came in the way. But he's going to have to make the decision: do I go for an all-out safe kick, or go for a push? Because if he does a push, he's probably not going to get the best of it. When you have 2 equal caliber players like you do here, and you do any type of push, 9 times out of 10, your opponent's going to give it back to you. If he doesn't like it, you're going to make something crazy happen, or they're going to make you earn the safety. But
he's going to go with the push out.
Yeah, I mean, this is not easy. And he's probably going to hit the 2 dead on and leave the cue right behind the 3. Let's see the overhead view here. Sorry, guys. So as you can see here, it looks like he could probably hit a dead on and leave the cue right behind the 3-6. Yeah. Oh.
He was trying to stick him on that ball there.
Hit a rail. No rail. That's ball in hand.
I'm not sure if that 8-ball got there. Did the 8-ball get there?
Okay, I was looking at the
8-ball
monitor. It was tough to see, so it
I think the 8-ball got to the rail there.
Must have got there. Okay.
Yeah, it did. I actually think that it's frozen to the rail at this point.
Yeah, I think you're right. So Mikey got very fortunate there in that the 8 hit a rail, because if Cleiton had ball in hand, he definitely would have gotten on the 3, which is to say probably would have gotten the 4 and the 5 and the 6, and once you get into those type of balls right there, give him the layout, he would have been out. So he's going to have to really earn it here. Oh, what a shot.
Nicely executed, Cleiton.
Yep, so, all right, he's right
Cleiton
back.
Rocha coming with a strong shot right there.
2 rails right here. Bounce off the rail, and then the side rail. So the 3 on the side, he should be all set.
You know, on a fast table, I'm a little uncomfortable going back and forth there just with the side pocket there, and, you know.
True. Actually, he could play it underneath the side pocket of the... Yeah, see, I don't like this.
I mean, if you're comfortable shooting at that angle, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I think that maybe it's just preference at that point, but...
Yeah. I mean, you're asking a lot. This 3 ball's no hanger, and you still have to get really good on the 4. But, you know, he can do it. It's not easy, but he can certainly do it. If he gets on the 4, he should be out.
Very nice.
Great shot. Great shot.
No fear going into that.
Clayton's definitely got the speed down. Like I was saying 4 or 5 games ago, he's definitely gotten comfortable at the table with speed-wise. You know, they're still missing their occasional ball here and there that's on the rail, but I like Clayton's speed control right now. Oh. And then you do something like that.
Now he's got a smile on his face. He understands what he did. He kind of stood up a little bit there.
Yeah. And now Mike is taking a break.
Unforced error there, no big deal.
Yeah.
He's gonna recover just like he's supposed to.
Just like Cleiton let Mikey stew.
Yep.
Now Mikey's like Cleiton stew.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, that's what we love about the game. A little.
You know, Ray Mack and I were talking about this during Mike and Joe Dupuy's match. You know, he said that it's always a good idea to take a break, you know, obviously on your turn, but when you're coming to a favorable shot.
Yes.
You don't want to come back to something that's no good.
Right.
You want to come back from your little sabbatical to a favorable
definitely
position.
Agree. Yeah, it's.
And sometimes that makes all the difference.
Yeah, because you take a break, you regroup, you come back to a tough shot, and if you don't execute it the way you want to, now you're right back where you were before you took your break.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got ball in hand or a reasonable opportunity to do something good, that's when you should take a break, and especially after your opponent's miss.
Can't agree more.
Yeah. Well,
So we're looking at a 9-8 match right now.
Yep.
And again, we're at Snookers in Providence, Rhode Island.
I don't know about you, but I got 5 on it.
I don't know if you guys can hear the music. We try to keep the music at a particular level in the room, but as far as on the stream goes, we are very cautious of that. We really want you guys to enjoy it, but at the same time, if it's at a certain level and you can hear it clearly, YouTube is going to basically just mute the video and in some cases actually delete it and remove it. And that just causes issues, and we don't want to contest with those things. It's happened to us in the past, and some of those matches were recorded via YouTube Live, and we didn't have that match to put back up there. You know, for copyright reasons, they removed the video from the internet. So, you know, it stinks that you can't just play it, and you know, everybody wants their little piece of what they made, and I understand all that. But hey, you know what?
I mean, come on, we're not trying to.
Come on.
Yeah, really. I mean,
to be honest,
we're trying to enjoy the music.
Free promotion.
We're not trying to make money off it.
Yeah, well I would like to try at some point, but
hey, you know, my brother, he's famous in Arizona for his Nintendo songs. They do the background music to Nintendo songs, but Konami is always a phone call away or an email away. Like, hey guys, be careful, you're infringing. You know, so they have a close-knit knot on them, and they know what point not to go beyond. So,
all right, back to the action at the table. Mike is back from his break.
Action.
And we are ready to go.
9-8. We're getting down to the really tough racks here. So, yeah, he's obviously looking to make the 5 on the side. And then the 6 on the side after that. Or possibly the corner, whatever his preference is. So,
I just had to speak to one of the patrons over here. He's asking questions, and I told him, hey, I got all the answers.
yeah,
we got the cash cow Rich sent over
got
here.
5
He's
on it.
bobbing his head. You got 5 on it, Rich? You got 5 on it, Rich?
Here we go. Mike
He's got it.
Supporting the Boston Red Sox here. He's perfect. I mean, you could stop it right there. That's pretty much what he's looking to do. There's no sense of trying to get really creative here just so you can get an easier shot on the 6. You're right there. Keep it right there. There you go. Now, you don't want to be too far away from this 8. You almost want to be straight.
Rourke Dixon shorty that's on 7.
There you go. Because he's going to draw back, and the cue ball is going to kind of take off a little bit. But he'll still be more than okay. You just didn't want to be too far away, like 3 or 4 rotations to the left.
I mean, this is not cut and dry for most players. I mean, at this level, I mean, he shouldn't have any issues. But
No.
I see a lot of players shoot this, and they try to throw it to come backwards, and they end up, shooting the 8 ball into the rail, and the cue ball stays on the right side, but the ball that's on the rail, they just can't make it.
Yeah, or they'll hit it so soft because they want to keep the cue ball there, and they'll end up hanging it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, you settle for the longer shot. Sometimes you have to do certain things to make sure you're going to make the ball, even if you're going to sacrifice like a little bit of distance.
All right, we're looking at a 10-8 right now. 10-8.
Yep.
10-8.
10-8, and Mikey's got the break going. Let's see his table swag right now before he breaks.
You like that table swag?
I love it.
I love
That's
that.
the phrase of the night right there.
Absolutely.
Phrase of the
I gotta
summer.
say, I think Mike Minichello coins the phrase.
Yeah.
Table, I shouldn't say he coins it. He embodies table swag.
Absolutely, he embodies it.
table swag.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen him scoping out shots and walking around the table. I mean, I swear I thought he was moonwalking at one point.
Yep.
I'm like, wait a minute. He just kind of floating along, walking around, dragging his hand along the rail, check it, down, up, all right, fires it in, just goes about his business. I love it.
Billy. Some other players here have really good table swag too, like Shorty. Even Eric Opitz has good table swag.
Yeah, I like Eric Opitz.
Yeah, he's got a good bridge, good distance between his arms and everything else.
This is his first appearance in the room in a little while.
Yeah, he's been away for a while.
A little sabbatical. I'm not sure exactly what he's doing. I know he had a baby.
So,
he had a baby recently. Congratulations, Eric, on that.
Absolutely.
But we're happy to have him back. Like I said, I'm real fortunate. I'm really thankful and grateful that we have this type of scene.
Yes.
In this type of poop community.
You got players that come in here out of the blue that haven't been here for a while, and other players that come every week, and all of a sudden they take a Wednesday off, and all of a sudden it evens it out. So Mikey just it looks like he made a good safety here. Let's see the overhead cam. If anything, I think Cleiton can do a full cube jump because you get the right distance between the cue and the two.
He's chalking. I think that's what he's going at here.
I know no jump cues allowed for this particular match, but I know personally I don't mind using the full-length cue, and he's got the perfect distance to make this. And if he doesn't make it, there's a good chance that he's definitely going to leave Mikey safe because the one ball's going to go like 2 rails, and the cue's going to stick around there. All right, he definitely hit it. And
I don't want to speculate, but I'm not sure he wanted to make that.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're right, Mike. I think and sometimes you don't notice that, or you don't think about it until the last practice stroke. You're like, wait a minute, if I make this, the cue ball is going to veer to the left, and I'm not going to have a shot.
Yeah.
So I'm better off trying to make a jump safety.
Yep. Sweat this shot. Ready?
Yeah.
1 into the 9 into the side. Combo the 1-9 in the side there. And then you drag your cue ball 1 or 2 rails back underneath towards the 8 and the 7 there.
I like that.
You like that?
I like that.
The 1 ball is going to bank towards the top rail. I think you get to split the table. You got the 7 and the 6 as blockers. The 2 and the 5 if the 1 overalls. I would like that. I would like to see that shot there.
You know what? This is a good camera to see
Medium
that.
stroke.
Yeah,
You think that's what he's
I
doing?
like it because you're definitely protecting the cue. The cue ball's going to come 2 or 3 rails. I don't know if he's going to do it, though. I think he's going to... Oh, look at this. Look at that shot. That's a great shot. Another example of when you don't have the vision of what your opponent, the shooter does. He definitely made a good choice. He got rewarded with a cluster of balls in between the cue and the 1. Now, Cleiton, I think, can shoot past the 5 with running left-hand English. That's what he's looking at now. Once he makes contact, where is that 1 ball going? But the rail here on our left is back to 3 rows deep of people watching the match. And place is jammed. And there you go. He did exactly, I think, what he wanted to do. Have the cue ball contact the 1 off the rail, slide behind the 259, but the 1 came out, so now he's able to see it. Mikey, I look for him to bury the cue behind the 8. And that's what he's trying to do. He didn't bury it, but he certainly got a good save out of it.
That's what we were talking about earlier, about the level of safety.
Yes. The 3 ball is definitely in the way. Cleiton has to hit right to the left of the 3, but with right-hand English, and let the English do the work. And I'll tell you what, if he hits it real good, that 1 ball is going to go maybe into the 9, and the 9 might find a pocket.
Yeah, I mean, the bottom line is he just needs to make contact here. He needs to contact this 1 ball.
Yeah.
He's down 2 games.
Yeah,
There's
this is
a pretty
crucial.
open table here. There's not too many issues. As long as he makes contact on the 1, I mean, that's really just a must. You have to make contact here. You cannot give Mike ball in hand. I mean, if he doesn't move the 1 or the 9 ball, he's got the 1-9. We've seen them both make much tougher combinations.
Yep, absolutely.
I
don't know.
Have to make it.
Oh, he missed it. Now he left a 1-9 combo. I think he shot, he hit it too hard, obviously. I mean, obviously I could say what he did wrong because the shot's over with and I'm the commentator. But he hit it too hard. He didn't let the English take.
A little humor there.
Yeah. Clayton's the best at just letting stuff roll off his shoulders and just having fun.
I want to say that most of the shots, most of the kicks that I've seen that are missed in this set anyway, I'm just going to say the rails are so fast, they're not giving it time enough to catch. They're hitting it a little too firm.
Right. And now you got Snoop singing it up for us.
Yeah, we got Murder Was the Case rocking in the room right now.
Look at that.
If you can't make a 1-9 combo with Snoop Dogg in the background, I mean, what kind of combo can you play?
Right. And now we got 11-8.
Get a new game.
Right. I was just saying, whoever gets to 12 first is going to win. That's my instinct.
That's your instinct, huh?
Not to say that Mikey's got this next game locked up, but
this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say that there will be a time where this 11-8 match. I'm sorry, you said 11-8. Okay.
Whoever gets to 12 first.
No, what I'm going to say is this. Okay, this game will be within 1 in the next 4 games. Okay,
within the next 4 games?
4 or 5 games max. I think this is going to be within 1.
Oh, look at this. Look at the 9. Now, fortunately for Mike, the 1 and the 2 are in precarious spots in that Clayton's going to do some work. He's going to have to do some work here before he gets to that 7-9 combo or the 3-9 combo.
I think he's got 0 issues here. He's just going to stun it over a little bit, shoot the 2, shoot the 3. He doesn't have too many issues.
Now, see, it worked to his advantage. He was a righty there. Now, he wishes he was a lefty. Yeah, he really needed to stay in the center of the table there. His decision to go off the rail probably wasn't the best choice. As it turns
you think
out.
that was a conscious decision,
yes,
or you think that that was just an overall?
He didn't let the cue ball go. It was ball in hands. Mikey wants to make sure that we watch this.
Yeah, we got an eye on the shot. That's okay.
Are they playing all ball fouls?
Yes, if he moves the 4 on the shot, it's a foul. Cleiton would probably call it on himself, though. That's a good shot.
Oh,
it's a good shot.
It was a legal shot, but not really good.
Legal shot, no good.
Yeah, I mean, Mikey's feeling it now. He's up 3 games. This is a golden opportunity for Cleiton to get back a game off the rare scratch on the break from Mikey. He was in such dominating breaking at this point. But he let one go, and he didn't hit it solid, and gave ball in hand to Cleiton. And unfortunately, Cleiton just couldn't make the two. That was not an easy shot, given where the cue ball was. Mikey's going to have to do some work here, too. I think he's going to go one rail and make the 3-9 combo. Because he can't go two rails because of the 6. Well, I guess he can. See, I didn't want to go that route because of the side, but guess what? He hit it great. Now, he might choose to go top right-hand English and have the cue ball come right into the tangent line of the 4. Or he might just pound it with the middle left. He's still, though, if he hit it with too much left, it's going to come in that side. It's right near his hand. Oh, he hit it.
You know what he's going to do?
Great.
He's going to swag it right in.
Swagged it right in. I don't know. He hit it.
Swag that ball in,
with
Mike.
Left and right.
Go ahead.
Like a Harry
Swag that
shot.
ball in.
Yeah.
I mean, in reality, this is it right here. If you shoot the 4 and get good on the 6, that's kind of the end of that.
Yeah, and he's got it. He's got to come underneath the 8. I like coming underneath the 8, just pound it in with a little bit of right-hand English. He's got it.
In my opinion, I would roll above the 6. That's just my preference.
All right, he got fortunate. He ran into the 8, but I think he was trying to come underneath. But
again, these fast rails cut him short.
Now he knows all he has to do is make the 8. If he hangs it, the game's over. So he knows that in the back of his mind. But if you're not thinking about that and you're 100% confident on making the 7, that's when you know you're in the groove. And I think he is. I just think he wants to take an extra few seconds to realize it, because he's not missing this. He hit it good. He hit it real good. We're about to go up 12-8 here, unless Mikey decides to shoot with his eyes closed or something. Here we go, 12-8.
12-8.
We get the swag cam on. There we go. I said whoever gets the 12 first is probably looking real good for the match. I could be proven wrong. We'll see. Time will tell. Now, Mikey certainly doesn't want to break and send the cue ball off the table again. So we'll see what he does. All right. Let's go to the... Oh, let's go to this cam. There we go.
Now, is it me or does he look a little bit wider?
Look, he made the corner ball again. Yeah, and look at this. Look at this layout.
Wow.
I think the 2 goes on the side.
I'm just going to go ahead and agree with you there. The break is a very big factor in this match. Mike's been pounding the breaks nice wide open tables.
Yeah.
Just getting the first go at it, really.
Right. I mean, if they're playing 10 ball, it'd be a much different story, but 9 ball is just dictated by the break.
Yeah, it really is.
So we're looking at another combination on the 9, most likely. All he's going to do is just roll up this 2 or stop it. It's got a little sharp angle, though. He's got to be careful. There you go. He's all set. Now he's got to draw it back. Kind of where the cue ball is right now. I mean, that would be ideal. But this is huge. I mean, he goes up 13-8. It's looking real tough for Camp Cleiton. Now, Mikey grimaced there. He definitely wanted to bring that ball back. This is no gimme. Now he's going to hit this with low lefts most likely, or he's going to follow it. But wow, what a shot!
He motorcycled that one in.
Yeah, Mikey is just on a roll right now. He's up 13-8.
13-8.
He's running now.
Yeah, I mean, once momentum gets into a player's way, I mean,
and the break is working for him. So.
I mean, then again, we've seen world-class matches where, they're getting steamrolled, 11-2 or something, 2 world-class players. I mean, it means
happen.
nothing of, it says things, but it's not really a huge thing.
I know.
It can happen to anybody is what I'm saying.
It was years ago. I didn't see it, and I don't think it's on YouTube, but Mike DeShane ran a 10-pack on Archer.
Yeah, I mean, there you go.
And it's in a Seminole tournament, I think.
But he didn't get $900,000 for it.
No.
But Earl got.
Yeah.
Or he supposedly.
Yeah.
got the million, or he supposedly didn't get it,
Supposedly
or he
didn't get
might have gotten the piece, or he might have not gotten
We
the
don't
piece.
know.
It's all speculation.
Yeah, and now you got
No.
players that are not getting paid from the
Earl Strickland,
WPA.
if you're out there, we hope you got something for doing that.
Right?
We hope you got something.
Right.
And we hope to see you back in the room also.
He could be asking the fairly routine question. Did you see that shot?
Did you see that shot?
Did you see that shot? This guy's trying to shark me. I'm not getting paid. Come on.
That's pretty good there, Tim.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, we'd love to have Earl back. We love him over here.
He's the man.
He is.
He's fun to watch.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Entertainment scale is through the roof.
I don't even think there's a scale for Earl
No.
as far as entertainment goes. It's just
Right.
like, put him in the room,
Yeah.
and you got people to listen.
Yeah. And then,
And even when people won't listen, he's still going to tell you.
yeah. Oh, yeah. He'll tell you no matter what. You start walking away, he'll follow you. Mikey's looking to cut this in, or why not? He's up 5 games, and he got away with it.
That was a fortunate roll for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. I mean, it might have been not like a two-way shot, but he pretty much knew he was really looking tough to cut it in. He was going to send the cue ball 3 rails and have it right where it is
Clayton's
now.
looking to 3-rail this one here.
Yeah, he's going to hit it with some speed. Oh, 1 rail.
1 rail.
And look at the cue ball, 9 ball. Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh.
And he made the 1
He
ball.
made the 1, but
and
snuck it.
he's hooked.
Wow. Tough spot. Tough spot. I mean, you make the great hit. You almost make the 9. You make the
Wow.
1, then you get hooked.
Wow. Wow.
And now the cue
wow.
ball scratches. Just like that. He giveth and take it away.
Yep. Those are those pool gods we were talking about earlier.
You know, see, they're happy. They're happy that he had a good roll and did the best with what he did, but then they took it right away. But, you know, it's all about how you kick. You've got to kick that 2 ball. Not to say that he kicked it horribly, but you've got to kick it better, differently. I don't know. Mikey's in a perfect path here. 6 ball goes by the 9, so everything's out in the open. He just needs to stay in line, and he's going to be on the hill if he wins this game. There's just a little stun stroke here. Probably looking to stay pretty much straight on the 6. Maybe a little bit of angle so he can move over half an inch. Oh, he's all right. He's going to bounce this off the rail. From
Yeah,
7.
these guys are pretty comfortable here. I mean, I'm not trying. I mean, I promise you, I'm not trying to take something away from Mike here. But Clayton's gotten some bad beats here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Definitely. I mean, he just wants to make sure he approaches the 6 ball the right way, but this out.
You guys tuning in. If you guys are in the chat, let us know what you think. I mean, what are you guys thinking of the match? I see Shoot the Ball. He says Earl's up in Philly, I hear.
Yeah.
Well, if he is, I hope he's tuning in. I hope somebody's listening.
He's definitely not having a Philly cheesesteak, that's for
No.
sure. Because he runs like 10 miles a day. He can't afford to have one of those. Now, Mikey got pretty good in the 7, but I'll tell you what, he's going to have to stroke this because he's almost straight on it. He's probably going to come out 2 rails for the 8 in the corner pocket to where the 9 is. Look at that. Oh, he's perfect. He is perfect. He's playing good. He's 2 balls away from being on the hill. Just like that. Boom. And there you go. Mikey's
As
on the
Mike,
hill.
he's gotten to the hill.
Wow.
I mean, not for nothing. I feel like Mike's just got the
he's-
throttle pegged. He's just
The pool gods are on his side. The
he's
swag.
redlining
the brake.
and just right through.
He's got-
The brakes are working for
The
him.
Red Sox are on
The
a
rolls are
winning
working
streak.
for him. I mean,
got
the
the Red Sox
momentum's.
hat.
I mean, he's just everything's working for him
Yep,
right now.
There you go.
So
It's a shame that this match
Che-
may
che-
be over soon, but
I mean, cheers to you, Mike.
Yeah.
You do what you're doing.
which is to say, we talked about it earlier, the pool gods, they've been known to change their minds. Mikey makes 1 mistake during this game. Clayton could easily take advantage of that.
I mean, but look at the brakes. Man.
Yeah,
The brakes
the 8
are
ball's
just
going to hit
coming
the 2 out.
fantastic
I knew
for
it.
him.
The 8 ball hit the 2 out.
He's got that breakdown pat, man. That's just a huge thing here.
Look at the 6-9 again. So you almost want to say he's the balls are shaping up. I mean, the 7 is down table, the 8's down table, the 6-9. We've seen that formation numerous times. So Mikey's now deliberating whether he should hit the combo or I try to squeeze the 2 by the 3 and send the cue ball 1 or 2 rails. Yeah, he's struggling with it. The beauty of this is, it's not like his opponent's at 12 or 13. He can afford to make a few mistakes, so to speak. He hit it great.
Nice shot, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, he's a lot of his positional shots, he's staying in line. He's not like he's getting on a line consistently, or he's giving himself a really good opportunity to win every game. So he's 3 shots away. And I don't mean a Jim Beam.
Yeah. he might want a couple of shots.
Yeah, he deservingly so if he makes this 4-ball into the 6-9. And the 6-9 is pretty much wired, in that.
I mean, nothing's wired on this table.
No, but it's as wide as it could be. He's just going to execute this 4-ball. Wow, I thought he would hit it a little harder so that he would be more straight in, but you know what? There's nothing wrong with this, and especially if he makes it, which I expect him to. And if he does, we'll look to have him come up here and have an interview post-match. There it is, folks. Wow. Great match. Handled very well by both players.
Let's hear it one more time for our 2 guys on table 1 here.
Great performance put on by Mikey Minichello. Great performance put on by Cleiton. He was a little bit unfortunate. The last 5-6 games, made some good decisions, good kicks, good shots. Didn't get the best of them. Whereas Mikey definitely executed all of his shots to near perfection. A couple of key games there would have changed the momentum, but it didn't. Mikey ended up breaking. That was the key of this match, I think, Mike.
Yeah, I got to agree with you there. I mean, the breaks were a huge
Yeah, I think there was only 1, 2, or 2 breaks that Mikey didn't make a ball on the break. I don't know if he made one when he scratched, but I think he only came up dry twice.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
Breaks,
and he had a
breaks.
shot.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I mean, yeah, I want to say that was definitely a huge factor in this match.
Yeah.
But don't go anywhere. We're going to try to get these guys in here to talk with us.
Yeah.
Just for a few minutes. Get their out, their input on the match and see what they think about it and
shoot the ball. You're right, Rocha. That's tough to deal with for him. Cleiton there dealing with Mike and his break. So. That's the thing we were talking about earlier. Any good player, when he's playing another good player, if the break's working, forget it. It's going to be a big deficit if they're can dictate, and that's what you need to do. Mikey didn't have to push every break after he made a ball or after he made 1 ball, then play safe. He was running out. We're going to see if we can get Mike Mini up here.
All right, we're going to bring Mike Mini in here just for 1 sec. See if we can get a couple of words, see what he's thinking, see how he feels about everything. All right, welcome to the booth, Mr. Mike Minichello, the winner of tonight's Open Division action match. Mike, congratulations.
Thank you.
How you feeling, sir?
I'm feeling great, obviously.
Yeah, he's like, I'm feeling pretty good, man.
I like to be in this little spot here.
Yeah, it's like, the winner's box or whatever you want to call it.
That's it.
So congratulations. Anything particular, just give us your rundown of the match. Let us know what you think of everything. How did it go for you?
Yeah, it was a good match. I wish we both played a little bit better, but it's a tough table. It's a tight table. It's tough. And, we missed a few balls early on and then started to get a little roll there towards the end. Yeah,
I was going to say, we were talking about that. It looked like at the beginning it was just, I don't even want to call it shaky. It wasn't like very, very smooth. It was just a little, tap here, tap there. And then, the second half, you guys just came out and you just kind of
Yeah,
just
I
ran
mean,
right through a brick wall 6 times in a row, and that was,
it just felt like early on every rack had an issue, ball frozen near the point or 2 balls on the rail. You just didn't have an open table to kind of get going.
yeah.
And then the second half, I was making that corner ball on the break every time, and I think that kind of helped me out there.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I mean, what do you feel about this match that we've been talking about? This next one coming. We've been in contact with Mr. Kid Delicious, and he's behind what we're doing, and we're thinking he's going to come down, and we're going to get you in the box against him. How do you feel about that?
I can't wait. I'm ready to go.
All right.
I'm getting back into it. I've been playing for about the last month or so. And, it's a great thing that you know when you're going to play, you know who you're playing,
Yeah,
and you're just getting it on.
I love that you mentioned that. That's something I wanted to bring to light there. A lot of times, when it's action in the pool room, people say, hey, you know what? Do you want to match up? If you're into it, you can say no. If you're into it, you say yes. If you're not, you say no. But when you have to walk in that particular day and bring it right then, I mean, that's the essence of pool right there. It's like, hey, you got to walk in and you have to win right now. You don't get to say no. You don't get to say, hey, let's do it tomorrow. You walk in, bet it all, let's go, let's do it right now.
Yeah, and I thought I had an advantage there playing Joey. A month ago, I figured I'd be settled in, nerves, forget about it, and I figured he would have all the pressure on him. Early on, I think he played a little bit better than I did until I started getting going.
Yeah.
But playing in this situation, the place is packed. I mean, there's people.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say there's probably in the range of 70 people that are in the room, considering players and spectators. I mean, I want to say we got about a 50 to 60 mile radius of reach here. I mean, there's guys from a good area here, and a lot of them are behind you, a lot of them are behind Cleiton, and
yeah, it was a good mixture. And like I said, before we even started here, I was looking at the crowd and like, wow, this place is packed.
Mm-hmm.
It's good, and I think a lot of people came down just for the match.
That's exactly right.
Tournament.
A lot of the regular tournament players, came down. And they were like, I'm not going to play tonight. I really want to watch this match. I just want to see what they're doing out there. A lot of them are really behind you. They a couple of guys were calling you Magic Mike, Mikey Magic, things like that. What do you think about that as a potential name for you? You don't really have one. You're just Mike Minichello, the guy that comes out and does the unbelievable things at times.
Hey, whatever they come up with, they come up with.
Yeah, right. They call me whatever you want. Just get me in the box.
That's it. It's been fun. It was fun playing Joey. It's fun playing Cleiton. These are, two great players. They're both respectful. They're class acts. And, I look forward to the next one. So, I know Kid Delicious is down in Jersey or something? So we're going to have to get him to travel a little ways. But bring it on.
Yeah, all right.
Let's go. I'm ready.
Glad to hear that. All right, we're going to get a quick word from Cleiton, see how he felt about everything. Mike, thanks for joining us. Congratulations again, brother.
Thank you for all that you do. Thank you to Steve and Regina. Great pool room, as always. Thank you to the waitresses and the crowd that came out. It's awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Tim Perry, for a little commentating. And,
absolutely.
I'll listen to it later to see what you guys said about me.
All bad things. No.
All right, guys.
Thanks again, Mike.
Yep, thank you.
All right, we're going to get Cleiton up here. We just want to get his idea of the match, just get his perspective on everything, see how he felt about everything, just see his angle. Cleiton, how you doing, brother?
Doing good.
So give me your insight. Tell me what you think about the match, how everything went.
Everything went great until he stepped on my toe and kept going.
He said he stepped on my toe.
No, he played great. He's he's a great player. I love him. He's a good friend. Me and his brother, we're like brothers. Great family. He comes from a great family.
And a pool family at that.
Pool family, father and both sons. And it's a pleasure to see him back again. It was a while. And,
so, we were mentioning, we were watching the game, and, not to take anything away from Mike, Mike shot great, don't get me wrong, but, we noticed, I mean, you had a lot of bad beats in there, and in my opinion, my perspective,
in the beginning, I had
a low percent shot,
miscues.
something comes out wrong, or, the miscue, or, you kick, it looks like it's going to safe, and, it goes in, or something, just a couple of funny things happening there. I mean, are you going to...
That's the beauty of 9-ball.
Yeah, it's the beauty and the ugliness of it at the same time.
Yeah, 9-ball is But it is what it is. It was,
Yeah.
the rules are the same for both of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
He took it on the right side and kept going.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's a pleasure. I really appreciate it, guys, having me here. It's it's amazing. You guys doing a great job. It's keep it up.
Thank you very much, Cleiton,
Yeah,
and we
and,
really appreciate having you
in the
here. We hope
future,
to
I'll
see
be
you
back.
back again. Sometime in the near future, we'd like to see you back in the box again. Maybe we'll get you a different opponent.
Yes, please.
All you got, he's like, yes, please, not that guy again. No.
I'm just kidding.
But yeah,
It'll be a pleasure to play him any day.
Absolutely. Well, Cleiton, thank you very much.
Thank you, buddy.
Is there anybody you want to say hi to out there?
To everybody, my friends, all my friends and family, my wife, my beautiful wife, they're home over there. And toda a minha família no Brasil, brigadão, entendeu? Foi bacana ver isso aqui para vocês também. And everything for my wife. She's my everything.
I love
And
to hear
I
that.
love this game. This game I play with passion, and winning or losing, for me, I'll go home and with a big smile on my face. I love
Yeah.
this game.
That-
I love
that-
my friends, see my friends, the fans. It means a lot. Thanks for all my sponsors. They do a lot for me, and can't thank them enough.
We're really happy, and we were speaking about that before. You and Mike are both very good examples of what I like to promote and what we need more of in the game.
Yeah.
And we need to get away from those foul-mouthed gambler types and more of the I have heart, win or lose. You know what happens on the table, and you don't whine about it.
Because whatever we do here, the fans sees that, and especially now a lot of juniors are really stepping up, and it's getting very big. The BEF doing a beautiful work, and everything we do here, the kids see that, and some of them will feed on that and will keep going with a bad attitude. We don't want that. You know what I mean? We want the game to be beautiful and grow and bring more money in, because unfortunately it's a very poor sport.
Yeah, it
And
is.
we want money in for the future of this game. It's a beautiful game.
Yeah, we're definitely trying to do our best to combat those issues, and little by little we're making strides, but eventually
Yeah,
I feel we'll get there.
It will take very long time, but somebody got to step up and do it. And you guys doing amazing. It's
Thank you very much,
Pleasure
Cleiton.
being here.
I love hearing that. All right, Cleiton, again, thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
coming through. We really love having you here, and hopefully we can get you back in the box sometime soon. We'd
let me know.
definitely like to have you
I'll
back.
practice more.
All right, and for those of you listening in, until next time, thank you for tuning in to the Ship to Cash Fight Night from Snookers Providence.
I saw out.
Tim Perry, thank you very much for everything. Really appreciate you being in here with us today. And if you have any information, questions, things like that about what's coming up from Ship to Cash or things at Snookers down here, just go to the website shiptocash.com, or you can go to the news feed page. There's also some good information over there on the pool education tab. There's lots of good stuff there. But again, thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time on the live stream.